won't find more passionate fans anywhere. From the Atlanta Braves home run king, my man Hank Aaron, to the human highlight film Hawks Dominique Wilkins, some of the greatest athletes have come through Atlanta. We're talking the Falcons, the Braves, the Hawks, the MLS champs, Atlanta United. This city has something for every kind of sports fan. So what do you think? Is Atlanta the best city in America? Connect with us. Use Facebook or Instagram and tell us why this city's got it going on. And then watch us every weekday morning from 5 to 7 on The Morning Rush on 11Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Babe, where are my keys?
Mom, where's my lunch?
Where's my phone? Hey, where's my blue shirt?
Where's my pen? Have you seen it?
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
I woke up at 2 in the morning to be here. Where were you?
Once you allow it, right, then it sets you up for the entire week where you just have lost it.
Like on a Sunday, it's like, oh, let's just order some Chinese food, and of course you wind up eating tons of that. And then on Monday, you're like, well, I got leftovers, I can't let it go to waste.
Auntie wants to give you a plate to take home from the barbecue.
Auntie.
No.
Auntie, don't invite me to the barbecue.
I'm gonna be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. Only on 11Alive.
The 11Alive app is your go-to source.
Christmas surprise, a 10-year-old startled to find a live critter in her family's Christmas tree. The family even more surprised when it wouldn't leave. Find out who came to the rescue. Plus, fewer people heading off to college. We are breaking down what could be behind the trend.
11Alive News Primetime on the ATL starts now.
A former aide to then Mayor Kasim Reed found guilty of violating the Georgia Open Records Act. Jenna Garland was criminally charged in 2017 for delaying communications to the media. Elwin Lopez spoke with our 11Alive legal analyst about the impact of the jury's decision. Elwin?
Yeah, Jennifer, and it's something that as journalists we are very familiar with. The Open Records Act generally applies to all government agencies across the nation. The agencies usually have 3 days to respond. In this case, the jury found that didn't happen, as 11Alive legal analyst LaTanya Hines explains.
I think in this case why the prosecution went forward is because you have text messages and evidence where it shows that this person consciously wanted to avoid complying with the act.
A jury found former press secretary to former Atlanta Mayor Kasim Reed guilty of 2 misdemeanors for purposely telling workers to delay releasing city documents to the media.
She was given a fine of $750 for each one. So it becomes a little bit symbolic more so because a lot of times public officials have an immunity, a governmental immunity for some of the acts that they do. But here she's being held accountable for the act that she did.
Garland's attorney is reportedly planning to appeal. Hines says the verdict sets a change of tone in how public officials will handle open record requests from now on.
Government entities are aware about making sure that they get that open record request that comes through complied with. But now they know that if you frustrate that system at all, you could be prosecuted and convicted.
And Hines also told me that violations of the Open Record Act here in Georgia is up to a $1,000 fine per count. In this case, Garland was fined a total of $1,500.
Ellen, thank you. A scary accident in the middle of the holiday shopping rush. The story tops our speed feed tonight. 2 people were hurt when a delivery truck hit a pole at the Avalon Shopping Center in Alpharetta, and it fell on them. They were both taken to the hospital to be checked out, but it seems like they will be okay. A man accused of trafficking young women in Cobb County and several cities across the country is now under arrest. Ernest Reed was taken into custody this week in Memphis. He'll be brought back to Cobb County to face rape and trafficking charges. And an Atlanta police officer on a motorcycle was hurt this afternoon in an accident on Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway in Eugenia Place. He was taken to the hospital, but it sounds like he'll be all right. Our team is working to find out how that accident happened and whether anyone will face charges.
was a chilly start this morning. I'm meteorologist Samantha Moore, and we were looking at those temperatures down near 20 degrees in Blairsville. We were down to 26 this morning in Rome, 28 in Carrollton and in Marietta, 26 in Peachtree City, 25 this morning in LaGrange as well as in Athens. So it did feel wintry. And guess what? Yes, winter does begin on our Saturday. And of course, we are tilted just about as far as we can be in the winter solstice away from the sun. And the southern hemisphere is benefiting from all that solar energy, all that warmth. So we're going to see kind of wintry wet pattern this weekend with a wedge setting up here and moisture overrunning that wedge pattern. So we'll have light rain on Saturday, but Sunday, it looks like it could be a washout at times as we're going to see some heavy rain working its way in during the day on Sunday and into Monday. So coming up, we'll time it all out for you and let you know how it's going to be impacting your weekend and into next week for Christmas as well.
Sam, thank you. A company that is tangled with state regulators will suspend part of its operations at a warehouse in Covington. The warehouse is emitting a cancer-causing toxin, according to the state EPD. Now, the 2-week suspension comes as the company and the state try to reduce the toxins in the air. 11Alive's Doug Richards joins us with more.
This is a warehouse in Covington that a company called BD uses to store medical supplies that have been sterilized with ethylene oxide. And recent tests here found that the building emits surprisingly large amounts of the carcinogenic chemical compound. BD's own test indicates that the warehouse emits 0.65 pounds of ethylene oxide per hour. Calculated yearly, the emissions come to more than 5,600 pounds of ethylene oxide. This plant and its Covington sterilization plant are within a mile of each other. There's a daycare center right in between. There's a private school about a half-mile south.
When all of our neighbors that are, with the cancer rate being so much higher, there should be proper monitoring systems all around. I feel like it should be heavily monitored.
State regulators are asking BD to do weekly air monitoring at this plant and to come up with a schedule to monitor air at the nearby school as well as in a residential area that's also nearby. BD's plants here in Covington as well as Madison are already operating under a consent order reached after some disagreements in court with state regulators. State officials are telling BD that more court action is possible if they don't straighten out their ethylene oxide issues here in Covington.
Enrollment at colleges is declining, with experts predicting it's only going to get worse from here. According to Forbes, college enrollment decreased by 1.3% this fall, or about 230,000 students. Public four-year schools had about 97,000 fewer students enroll. The report also found students are opting out of specific majors. English and humanities departments are facing a combined 12% major decrease. Experts attribute the drop in enrollment to the ongoing student debt crisis. Despite this nationwide decline, though, Georgia saw enrollment increase by about 1.5%. Well, we have heard of critters turning up in Christmas trees before, but can you imagine how startled a Noonan family was to find a live owl roosting in their tree? Their 10-year-old jumped when she saw what she thought was an ornament that turned out to be an owl, turning its head to look at her. Caitlin Ross spoke with the tech who then delivered that owl back to its natural habitat.
They are tiny. They only weigh about 1/4 pound, and they can make themselves look even smaller when they're scared. But beyond adorning the Christmas tree, Chattahoochee Nature Center wildlife tech Dawn Elderman says the owl was in perfect health.
It really didn't faze me until she said, this is not a prank. So I thought, well, this is interesting.
Wildlife tech Dawn Elderman doesn't typically make house calls, but this she had to see.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine seeing an ornament turn and look at you and, how spooky that might feel.
The Newman family dubbed it Owlgate on Facebook and posted pictures and videos of the little owl that made a home in their Christmas tree. In one post, they say, who needs a star when you have an owl atop your tree? But the family called the Chattahoochee Nature Center when their decoration didn't leave.
She had done all the right things. The family had left all the windows and doors open, which is what you want to do to try and get that guy out of there. Since we don't know if it came with the Christmas tree, we don't know if it flew in.
So Elderman drove over to Noonan with a Christmas feast she hoped would lure the owl outside.
I brought 2 dead mice in case it needed, well, that's what it would eat, yeah.
She says the Newman family helped make sure the owl had everything it needed to feel safe.
And they were thrilled. They were super interested in the process and what I was doing, and they were involved and very helpful.
They were so into it, they started a fundraiser for the Chattahoochee Nature Center.
You know, the animals don't pay rent, so it's always great to have donations, and they really tried hard to help us.
Elderman identified the bird as an eastern screech owl. She showed me one just like it at the Nature Center. They are native to this area, and the family's yard will be a perfect habitat for the owl that was in their tree.
It's perfect for a screech owl, and it's pretty isolated, which is also good.
They were able to self-release the owl when it got dark Saturday night, though the family swears they can still hear it hooting in the distance.
And I think they named it Santa Claus.
The family named it Santa Claus because it had red on its chest and it was so cute. But the Nature Center says they stay away from naming owls because it's actually a federal crime to keep wildlife as a pet. But as soon as we posted this story, a lot of you had a lot to say. Some of you say finding a pet owl in your tree might be a Christmas miracle. Patricia says she loves it and her granddaughters would have thought it was an awesome surprise. Mickey says he would have let the owl stay. He says he even would have fed it and made sure it was as comfortable as possible. But Teresa brings up a good point here. What do you expect to happen when you steal the owl's home?
Well, still ahead tonight, a 25-year tradition coming to an end. The Nutcracker's last stand at the Fox, what the performers are saying. And don't forget, we are streaming right now on the 11Alive YouTube channel. Subscribe and join the conversation in our community section. There's more 11Alive news in primetime straight ahead.
The 11Alive app is your go-to source for all things Atlanta.
You hear what happened today? I'll tell you all about it.
Breaking news the moment it happens.
The boil water advisory.
Hyper-local, accurate weather alert.
You may want to grab that sweater, maybe even a coat.
More stories to uncover. More videos to discover.
He did it his way.
Personalized for you.
And that's what makes it so special.
The 11Alive app. Available now in the App Store.
Hey, I got the ways to go. I got moves to make, call me, but I stay in the flow. See, I just do what I say I'm gonna do. No, my movement ain't faded. You could assume what you're doing was great.
Oh, and so I was saying, there is always something filming here in Atlanta. From movies to TV shows, you name it. And so the A Scene keeps up with all of it for you. Casting calls, which big celebrities are in town, what's filming, and if it's in your neighborhood. It's like an inside scoop.
Oh, nice. But you know, I really wish you would have told us we were filming this today.
Ooh, did I not text you? All right. Ah, it's in my drafts. That's my bad.
So you slept in and you missed Morning Rush, huh? Well, here's what you missed. In my experience, good guys do finish last.
I consider myself a nice guy. I've got the most beautiful woman in the world in my eyes.
You're a nice guy too,
Yeah.
Jeff.
I'm saying in my experience.
For many of us, the holidays are not complete without seeing the Nutcracker. And for 25 years, the Atlanta Ballet has performed the classic at the Fox Theater. This year, though, will be the last. Next year, the production will move into a new home. And while it will be the same show, some people will miss the tradition they've built on Peachtree Street.
I mean, look around. It's just the buzz, the excitement.
The bright lights outside the Fox Theater.
We love it at the Fox.
We love it.
Is just as much of a draw as what's going on inside. For 25 years, it's been home to Atlanta Ballet's Nutcracker. For many families, it's tradition, which is why leaving the historic location comes with a bit of sadness.
I'm a little disappointed. The Fox just has so much charm.
Just kind of cutting the legs out of the culture of Atlanta.
The production's move was a mutual business decision between the Fox and Atlanta Ballet, according to both parties. Next year, the Nutcracker will be 10 miles up the road at Cobb Energy Performing Arts Center. It's where the Atlanta Ballet performs all their other shows.
It will be same magic and we'll create even more.
The show will be the same. if not with even more sparkle.
The show was really designed for a modern performing arts space, and we were very lucky to have the opportunity to do it here at the Fox. But we're really excited about how it's going to look at CPAC.
The Nutcracker production has grown since it began at the Fox in 1994, now with massive set pieces and highly detailed lighting projections. The Fox carries a lot of memories, not just for yearly visitors, but also the dancers, some who have danced in the show for more than a decade.
There's something so beautiful also about looking out into this house with the architecture. It's really special.
What I miss most is actually my dressing room spot, which has been my spot for the past 12 years.
There's also a lot to look forward to in the new space.
Having dressing rooms on the same level as the stage, not as many stairs.
The whole thing is going to be a great move to go there.
Change always finds us. Well, the Nutcracker's last run at the Fox will end on Christmas Eve. Well, after Boeing's new Starliner capsule ran off course during a flight test this morning, NASA and Boeing say the situation is under control. The Atlas V rocket was smooth at liftoff Friday, though just a half hour into flight, the capsule got out of position, preventing a connection with the International Space Station. Boeing officials say the capsule went off course and flight control placed it in a stable orbit. NASA and Boeing also said they plan to land the capsule at White Sands testing facility in New Mexico as early as Sunday morning.
It appears as though the mission elapsed timing system had an error in it, and that anomaly resulted in the vehicle believing that the time was different than it actually was. And because that timing was a little bit off, what ended up happening is the spacecraft tried to maintain a very precise control that it normally wouldn't have tried to maintain.
The flight today was a practice run in preparation for next year's launch with astronauts. Boeing and NASA plan to execute the first space mission involving astronauts sometime in 2020.
It was a frosty start this morning. I don't know if you noticed, I looked out my window early and it just looked like a little blanket of white. There was so much frost around. No snow, but those temperatures were cold enough, down in the low 30s and even upper 20s across parts of the metro. So we had that frosty start this morning, and then we made it up into the mid 50s during the afternoon. So 56 was our high. That was 3 degrees above average for our high temperature. These are amongst the coldest climatological highs of the year right now. So 53 is where we should be. 36 is where we should be for low. So we were actually a little chillier than that to start. Rainfall, it's on the way, and boy, do we need it. We are still some 7 inches behind, although we have seen some improvement in the drought. I think the beneficial rain that's coming over the weekend and into next week will really, really help us out. So a nice evening out there tonight. Temperatures fairly mild as those clouds roll in and insulate in some of the warmth. So temperatures overnight tonight, not as chilly as they were this morning. We'll see those temperatures down in the low 40s with widespread gray for our Saturday. In fact, we're going to see those clouds thicken up into a nice thick blanket overnight. That'll make for a mild start to Saturday, but we won't warm up that much as it'll be cloudy and wet pretty much all Saturday long. Off and on showers on Saturday. I didn't mean to sound like a washout on Saturday. Sunday is really the washout day where we're going to see some very heavy rain, and then we should dry it out in time for Christmas. So those clouds rolling in tonight, thickening up, so an overcast start to Saturday with a few light showers. If you're hustling and bustling, doing a little holiday shopping on Saturday in the morning, this is 7. I know the stores open early on this weekend, so there'll be some showers around. You may want to grab your umbrella before you head out the door. They'll be fairly light. You may be able to dodge through them. The wedge pattern setting up, though, is going to make it feel chillier with those northeasterly winds gusting up around 15. So just a few light showers on our Saturday afternoon. We'll see some breaks in the action. You may be able to get in some holiday lights on Saturday night. And then on Sunday, Hanukkah begins on Sunday, and it'll be cloudy. We'll have that wedge set up, breezy at times, and we'll see that rain moving in from the south, that moisture moving in off the Gulf of Mexico. So heavy rain at times on our Sunday and into Monday. This is the pattern for us as it wraps around that area of low pressure, and that low is going to scoot into South Georgia. That'll bring in some heavy rain at times into our Monday, although it should lighten up Monday from where it is on Sunday. Sunday will definitely be the soaker day. And then this is Tuesday, and we should be drying it out on Christmas Eve. So rainfall amounts will be heaviest, we think, on the south side here. We could end up with some storm totals before all is said and done. some 2 to even 4 inches with some heavier rain amounts here around middle Georgia. So we think across the metro, likely seeing some 1.5 to 3 inches will be very likely. So just light showers off and on Saturday, but gray and cool, really around 50 for much of the day, and then cool and wet with heavy rain on Sunday. That is a soggy one on Sunday, and then it tapers off on Monday for a very nice Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Well, it is no secret that our city has far more people facing homelessness than beds to keep them warm at night. And for a long time, Atlanta's largest provider of homelessness services saw people trickle out of the shelter system. But recently, there's been a huge shift, and more people are finding a way to get back on their feet thanks to one man's vision.
Morning, men. How's everybody this morning?
Every Tuesday, Jim Reese leads Bible study, breathing hope into countless men facing homelessness.
I don't think I could do my job without these Bible studies.
His job for 11 years now, president and CEO of Atlanta Mission. The faith-based nonprofit is the city's oldest and largest homeless services provider. Nearly 7,000 men, women, and children served last year alone.
They give me hope, and then I hope we give them hope.
Jim calls it God's assignment, leaving the corporate world during the recession and saying yes to lead the inner city ministry. Using his 35 years of experience, he's managed to craft a blueprint for permanent change.
Amen. We've built a whole model that deals with individualized services, focuses on 5 areas. How are they doing physically? How are they doing emotionally? How are they doing spiritually? How are they doing socially? And how are they doing vocationally?
Atlanta Mission's transformation model, walking each person experiencing homelessness through 4 steps. The goal, to grow spiritually, find employment, become rooted in the community, reconnect with family members, and so much more. Jim has already seen a dramatic difference.
And I say, what am I most proud of? If it's the chance to look to see the number of people who come out of a traditional shelter before I came was less than 1%. We're seeing 20 to 30 to 40% of the people come out of our shelter, choose help, and make progress.
He and his team spending the last 4 years strategically rolling out these customized services at all 4 of its facilities.
Anybody here tried to pull their bootstraps up and make it? How many times you pull them up, right?
He's excited for the future and how the transformation model will be executed in a soon-to-be-built homeless shelter for women and children, the first specially designed for this model.
I'm proud that we're building a shelter in the middle of one of the fastest growing areas in Atlanta. And we're not saying no, we're saying yes. And we're saying yes because these people matter, and we love them, and we care about them, and we're going to provide hope.
11Alive is proud to partner with Atlanta Mission to make a difference in the lives of women and children facing homelessness in our city. By providing a donation this holiday season, you'll help build the shelter we've been talking about and automatically be entered in the sweepstakes. One lucky grand prize winner will receive an amazing home in the Brock-built West Highlands neighborhood valued at $400,000. Head on over to atlantamission.org/sweepstakes to donate for your chance to win. The sweepstakes ends January 3rd. Coming up, how a lifelong friendship inspired a commitment to help find a cure for cystic fibrosis using classic cars. Their Brave Conquers Fear story next.
Days, 5 to 7 a.m. Only on 11Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
You didn't get my text? The whole crew got together for coffee this morning.
I'm learning the taste of water because I'm sugary.
Yeah,
right.
About that.
Well, reward would be
Slimming down. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, a little water in my cup.
And beautiful skin. You know, even more beautiful skin, you know, when it's all hydrated and everything else. I'm not going to be able to sit next to you in a few months.
Don't drink your morning coffee alone. Have it with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. Only on 11Alive.
Some mornings, what you want isn't what you have time for. And that's why there's the Rush Blog, the biggest news of the day in 5 minutes or less. Quick and convenient for all those hectic mornings. Catch the Rush Blog on the Morning Rush.
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
Atlanta is filled with great photo spots. And of course, I would know because this is my hometown. I'm 11Alive's Francesca Amaker, and I'm about to show you my picks for the 3 best Instagram spots in Atlanta. The Outkast Mural is one of Atlanta's newest hotspots. Created by the artist Jex, people flock from all over the world just to get a shot of these 2 hip-hop legends. News of the mural went viral when Big Boy himself gave a shout out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little 5 Points. An Atlanta icon, ever-changing, always interesting. The Krog Street Tunnel is full of artwork from some pretty eclectic Atlanta artists.
Yeah, all we feel is good vibe with it. It's a good time. We don't worry about the hate. We just pass it to the side.
There's graffiti, community messages, concert announcements. You really never know what you're gonna get here, and that's what makes it so special. You can find it between Cabbagetown and Inman Park. If you've never checked it out, it's a must-see. There are hundreds of works of art along the Beltline. I'm talking murals, sculptures, photography.
Even before she was old enough to fully understand, Emily Choate Bridges has hoped for and worked towards finding a cure for cystic fibrosis. That courage to believe in what sometimes felt impossible was inspired and fueled by a lifelong friendship.
This is a 1934.
Classic cars have been a constant around the Choate house.
It's really one of only 7 known to be left in the world.
Growing up around cars, I just was always in love with them.
At 10, Emily picked out her dream car.
A 1969 Z28 Camaro.
When she was 17, she got it.
Leanne and I would go to car shows.
Leanne, the other constant around the house all of those years.
We met when we were 2, but really that means our moms were friends.
They grew up together.
I mean, that's your bestie for life. She's a sister.
And together faced the challenges that came with cystic fibrosis.
My daughter's best friend was diagnosed at the age of 3. The average age of survival was 13.
Many of those patients with low lung function will feel that they're struggling to breathe and feel a sense of shortness of breath, like breathing through a straw.
The Choates are a family of builders, doers, working on projects all over the city. As a family, they dedicated themselves to a new project, supporting the effort to find a cure.
Leanne is one of all of us.
The family combined their constants, classic cars, and a love for Leanne to create a car show to raise money for research. They were all woven into each detail of each other's lives.
There was a resiliency about her.
Times they didn't expect to have.
Just an amazing day.
The girl doctors thought would live to be 13 was married when she was 30.
It just represented how far Leanne has come.
And part of Emily's wedding, too.
The room was just buzzing with energy of happiness and gratitude and joy. That was a day I'll never forget.
Leanne passed away on November 1st.
Soon after, a possible breakthrough treatment. And now, word it is the game changer they hoped for. The FDA just approved that drug, Trikafta.
A new miracle drug that will be coming to over 90% of the CF population. There are a lot of ugly tears going on, and I'm feeling them come on now.
We're on the cusp of whipping this disease once and for all.
Leanne is still a constant in the Choate house.
Leanne's courage is something we can all look to.
And Emily feels her best friend's spirit strongly as she organizes another car show for a cure for Leanne.
While we ran out of time with Leanne, it is her life that will propel us forward.
There are so many brave conquerors for your stories to share with you from this year. We hope you will join us for our 30-minute special on Christmas Day at 5 p.m. And if you have a story to share next year, we'd love to hear about it. Reach out to us on social media. Still to come, the latest in the ongoing impeachment battle in Washington. Next, new questions about the Senate trial.
Passionate fans anywhere. From the Atlanta Braves home run king, my man Hank Aaron, to the human highlight film Hawks Dominique Wilkins, some of the greatest athletes have come through Atlanta. We're talking the Falcons, the Braves, the Hawks, the MLS champs, Atlanta United. This city has something for every kind of sports fan. So what do you think? Is Atlanta the best city in America? Connect with us. Use Facebook or Instagram and tell us why this city's got it going on. And then watch us every weekday morning from 5 to 7 on The Morning Rush on 11Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Babe, where are my keys?
Where's my lunch?
Where's my phone? Hey, where's my blue shirt?
Where's my pen? Have you seen it?
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
I woke up at 2 in the morning to be here. Where were you?
Once you allow it, right, then it sets you up for the entire week where you just have lost it.
Like on a Sunday, it's like, oh, let's just order some Chinese food, and of course you wind up eating tons of that. And then on Monday, you're like, well, I got leftovers, I can't let it go to waste.
Auntie wants to give you a plate to take home from the barbecue.
Auntie.
No.
Auntie, don't invite me to the barbecue.
I'm gonna be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. only on 11Alive.
The 11Alive app is your go-to source for all things Atlanta.
You hear what happened today? I'll tell you all about it.
Breaking news the moment it happens.
The boil water advisory.
Hyper-local, accurate weather alerts.
You may want to grab that sweater, maybe even a coat.
More stories to uncover. More videos to discover.
He did it his way.
Personalized for you.
And that's what makes it so special.
The 11Alive app. Available now in the App Store.
Hey, I got the ways to go. I got moves to make, homie, but I stay in the flow. See, I just do what I say I'ma do. No, my movement ain't fading. You could assume what the doing was beta material.
Oh, and so I was saying, there is always something filming here in Atlanta. From movies to TV shows, you name it. And so the A scene keeps up with all of it for you. Casting calls, which big celebrities are in town, what's filming, and if it's in your neighborhood. It's like an inside scoop.
Oh, nice. But you know, I really wish you would have told us we were filming this today.
Ooh, did I not text you? All right.
A historic week in Washington is ending in a stalemate. Congress is at an impasse over when to hold an impeachment trial for President Trump. And as NBC's Scott McFarland reports, a new voice is now joining the debate.
The tree is up and Congress has departed, but there will be no holiday break from the battle over impeachment. The president tweeted this is an assault on America and an assault on the Republican Party. The White House lawyer and a top aide visited the Capitol to meet with the Senate Republican leader and said it's strange the House Speaker hasn't yet said over the articles of impeachment. They say they're preparing for trial.
As I think the president's made very clear, he wants the opportunity to make his case fully and robustly to the Senate as well as to the American people.
Democrats want current and former White House officials called as witnesses.
We want it to be fair. So if new witnesses make it ever more fair, including for the president, then we should welcome them.
Joining the debate, an evangelical magazine founded generations ago by the Reverend Billy Graham. The editor of Christianity Today wrote the president should be removed from office.
It's like we're blinking or winking or looking the other way when our president is doing things that are not merely unconstitutional, but blatantly immoral.
The president responded to the magazine in a tweet, writing, Christianity Today is a far-left magazine, or very progressive, as some would call it, which has been doing poorly and hasn't been involved with the Billy Graham family for many years. The editor responded that Christianity Today is not a liberal publication. We also know the likely date for the president's next State of the Union address, February 4th. Potentially in the middle of a Senate impeachment trial. And though that trial will have to wait until the new year, the debate rages on through the holidays.
Outside of impeachment, a smaller field of candidates on the stage for the final Democratic presidential debate of 2019. 3 hours with 7 candidates. Our Verified team has been breaking down the claims. Here's Jason Puckett.
With 7 candidates now, a bit of a different feel. Candidates had more time to explain their views and answers rather than cramming short sound bites in whenever possible. As usual, we have a lot of the claims broken down online, but for now we're focusing on claims from the top 2 candidates in the polls. That's Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders.
Is any wonder that if you look at the international polling that's been done, that the Chinese leader is rated above the American president?
This claim is verified true, but it's important to note this is all done off of polling. So it might be more accurate to say that Chinese leader Xi Jinping polled higher in a Pew Research poll than Donald Trump. It was this poll, polling answers from people in 25 countries for their confidence in various world leaders to, quote, do the right thing regarding world affairs.
Today in America, we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any major country on earth.
Senator Sanders' claim is exaggerated here. It's sort of a definition argument here. Namely, what we define as poverty in the United States may be much different than what would be considered poverty in other countries. In a 2018 report, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development listed the United States as having an above-average level of child poverty, but it wasn't among the 42 nations listed as having the highest levels. Bottom line, depending on how you define major countries, we do have above average levels of poverty, but there are dozens of countries that have worse conditions. We have a write-up of more of these online, and if you see any claims you want us to look at, send us an email.
In the first study, researchers found vaping-related ER visits gradually increased beginning in 2017, eventually spiking this past June. In a second study, researchers found that vitamin E acetate was detected in nearly all patients with vape-related illnesses. There are now more than 2,500 confirmed cases of people getting sick from vaping. At least 54 have died. We've reported a lot about safety concerns with scooters that have taken over Atlanta in the past year or so. In August, Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms issued a nighttime curfew as a solution to prevent accidents. But Byrd also wants to point out some positive scooter stats as the year comes to an end. According to the company, people took more than 2.6 million rides on its scooters in Atlanta this year. 27% of riders say the scooter replaced a car trip. 31% say it helped connect them to public transit. 50% say they took the scooter to work or to school. His determination is unmatched, and yesterday, South Fulton celebrated Christian Abercrombie Day. The Tennessee State football player suffered a severe brain injury that nearly took his life during a game against Vanderbilt last year. But he has made huge strides since then, and last night, they saluted him at Westlake High, his old school.
I feel great. I can't do it. Thank God. I feel amazing. Thank everybody for coming out, all my friends, family, everybody. I just thank everybody for the support and prayers.
So great to see his progress. Abercrombie says he is taking online classes at TSU right now, majoring in sports management. He hopes to return to campus and maybe even play football again. But for now, he says he's taking it day by day. Deputies are looking for nearly 30 registered sex offenders who seemingly disappeared. The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office says it made the discovery when a unit went out to verify the offenders' addresses. 11Alive's Latasha Givens has more.
This is a very alarming situation for deputies as well as sex crime victims that could be connected to these cases. Now, here's a little bit of background. The Sheriff's Office says right now there are 700 registered sex offenders in Gwinnett County. 121 are behind bars. 535 are living in the community. And right now, about 30 are unaccounted for, although that number has fluctuated throughout the day. Now, here's some of their pictures. Unaccounted for means they either failed to check in at the proper time, or when deputies went to check the address listed on the registry, they did not find the offender living there. Shannon Volkodoff with the Sheriff's Office says it's because of the due diligence of the deputies that they are aware of the offenders that are currently unaccounted for.
In 2019, so far, they have conducted 2,900 verification checks, which means they are actually out in the community knocking on doors, verifying that these registered sex offenders are living at the addresses they have provided us.
Well, if you have seen any of the people pictured in this story and you know their whereabouts, please contact the Sheriff's Office. You can also sign up for Online Offender Watch. We have a link on how you can do that on 11alive.com.
Your 11Alive storm trackers are watching a wedge pattern setting up here across North Georgia. So that's going to increase our clouds overnight tonight. So still a nice evening out there this evening, but we're watching the clouds roll in and thicken up. And by tomorrow, we'll have widespread gray and intermittent showers. So you may want to grab your umbrella before you head out the door to do any errands that you're running or some shopping for this weekend before Christmas. And then as we head into Saturday night, we'll start to see that moisture moving in from the south here. here as low pressure sets up off the Gulf Coast. So that's going to bring in a lot more moisture right in across the Florida Panhandle and into Georgia. So we could see some soaking rain off and on our Sunday. I think more on than off. It is not going to be a nice day. We'll have those gusty winds out of the northeast. It'll be very wet on our Sunday, and then Monday we'll start to see things taper off throughout the day. So coming up, we'll time out how this is going to impact your weekend as well as your Christmas holiday.
It was a big day for a little girl who helped change the conversation about childhood cancer treatments. 19-month-old Haley Holder made national headlines when there was a shortage of a pediatric chemo drug called vincristine. And when we met Haley's mom for the first time, she was worried that her little girl wouldn't be able to get that drug that could save her life. But Caitlin Ross reports today is a whole new day.
Haley Holder doesn't care much about survival percentages or treatment dosages. What she does care about? Baby shark. And cupcakes. Lots of cupcakes.
I mean, she's one cool baby, what can I say?
This was a celebration. The 19-month-old just finished 6 weeks of radiation to help her beat cancer. Doctors flooded her body with a lifetime dose.
She's done so well. She's really thrived. And we could not be happier.
Ringing the bell felt so good for the Holder family, they did it twice. 6 weeks ago, they never thought they'd get the chance.
I had no idea. I thought that I would still be fighting for her chemo.
They were distraught when the nationwide shortage of vincristine hit. Haley only has a 20% chance of survival with the cancer drug. Without it, her mom doesn't want to imagine.
People moved mountains to get the vincristine to our kids. She was able to get the chemo she desperately needed. She was able to stay on track.
They met with her oncologist this week, who talked to Haley's parents about her future.
She won't be able to run, but she'll be able to walk, and you know, she may never be an Olympian, but she can be a doctor.
This holiday, they'll celebrate those hopes and dreams together.
We're really excited to be back and to get to spend her first real big holiday with all the people we love.
Coming up, why spending more doesn't always mean a better gift. We are taking a look at the psychology of gift giving.
Did I not text you? All right. Ah, it's in my drafts. That's my bad.
So you slept in and you missed morning rush, huh? Well, here's what you missed. In my experience, good guys do finish last.
I consider myself a nice guy. I've got the most beautiful woman in the world in my eyes.
You're a nice guy too,
Yeah.
I'm saying in my experience, when growing up, good guys didn't finish last.
Somebody broke his heart somewhere along the line.
We're here every weekday morning, so come on, hang out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
You didn't get my text? The whole crew got together for coffee this morning. I'm learning the taste of water, because I'm sugary.
Okay,
right.
about that?
Well, reward would be
Slimming down. Okay. Yes.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, a little water in my cup.
And beautiful skin. You know, even more beautiful skin, you know, when it's all hydrated and everything else. I'm not going to be able to sit next to you in a few months.
Don't drink your morning coffee alone. Have it with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11Alive.
Some mornings, what you want isn't what you have time for. And that's why there's the Rush Blog, the biggest news of the day in 5 minutes or less. Quick and convenient for all those hectic mornings. Catch the Rush Blog on the Morning Rush.
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
Atlanta is filled with great photo spots. And of course, I would know because this is my hometown. I'm 11Alive's Francesca Amaker, and I'm about to show you my picks for the 3 best Instagram spots in Atlanta. The Outkast Mural is one of Atlanta's newest hotspots. Created by the artist Jex, people flock from all over the world just to get a shot of these two hip-hop legends. News of the mural went viral when Big Boy himself gave a shout out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little 5 Points. An Atlanta icon, ever-changing, always interesting. The Krog Street Tunnel is full of artwork from some pretty eclectic Atlanta artists.
Yeah, all we feel is good vibes. When you vibe with it, it's a good time. We don't worry about.
There's a new company called Brain Balance that's promising to help children with behavioral issues. The process costs thousands of dollars and has some scientists skeptical. Kate Snow reports in an all-new NBC News investigation.
4, 5, 6. 3 times a week, 6-year-old Isaac Lopez works with his coach,
14.
Wearing special sensory gear.
On his arm and leg, Isaac is wearing shakers. He has a metronome playing, a peppermint scent, and glasses.
Isaac is bright, but he also had violent temper tantrums.
I mean, I didn't know what to do. I cried all the time.
Friends told his mom, Patty, about Brain Balance in the strip mall near Detroit.
7 months in, has there been any change in him? It's been incredible.
It's so cool.
The daily tantrums are gone, they say. He's engaging more with other kids.
It's a miracle.
It's what Brain Balance advertises. The company has more than 100 locations nationwide and promotes lucrative franchise opportunities. They promise families help for conditions from ADHD to learning disorders to autism. The average cost, more than $10,000 for a typical 6-month program. To pay that bill, many families have started GoFundMe pages, and Brain Balance offers loans.
So we've served just over 45,000.
Vice President Rebecca Jackson trained as a chiropractor.
It's all about getting everything to connect and communicate.
Brain Balance is largely built on the idea that behavior problems are linked to one side of a child's brain being underdeveloped. Isaac's left foot is bare to stimulate what Brain Balance says is his weaker right hemisphere.
Yes, we're going to wake up lots of things in one region, and so we might be targeting that right region of the brain and then getting that region to talk and communicate with other parts.
It did not work for our family.
The Awads had high hopes Brain Balance would help their son Malik, who has ADHD.
This could be it for us, right? For him.
Why does that make you upset?
I don't know, because I just want him to have everything that he needs.
Malik did exercises at the center and at home.
I do think initially that we saw some improvements. He knew how much we spent on it, so he was trying really hard.
6 months later, do you feel like it was money well spent?
No. This is not mainstream science.
Dr. Jill Emanuel is a psychologist with the Child Mind Institute. We asked her and 7 other scientists to review Brain Balance's claims on their website. All were skeptical.
It's overly simplistic to say that weaknesses on one side or the other cause the symptoms of these disorders.
Be very strong.
Brain Balance acknowledges there are no large-scale scientific studies with proper control groups proving the treatment works, but says more research is coming.
We've spoken with other experts, with doctors, medical doctors, who are very skeptical. They think you've got a slick program that is not science-based.
Do you know, on average, it takes 17 years for research to become implemented in mainstream practice. If you have a child that struggles, 17 years is a long time to wait.
Is it ethical to be treating kids in the interim before there is established research?
You know, what we're doing, there aren't risks too. So it's not a medication with side effects.
If they had this theory, find the evidence, show us that it works, and then create the business. They've done it the opposite way.
The Awads say Malik is now doing well with targeted activities and the right dose of medication at a fraction of the cost of Brain Balance.
Oh, we got the icicles out there across North Georgia this morning. Scott Anna in Union County capturing this great picture. He's, of course, one of our storm trackers on Facebook, showing those ice crystals hanging from the trees, and temperatures are cold up there in Union County. He reported 24 degrees this morning, and in Blairsville down to 20 degrees, 28 in Canton, 26 in Rome, 25 in LaGrange. It was definitely a chilly start. It felt like winter, and winter officially begins tomorrow. Yes, the winter season arrives this weekend, 11/19 tomorrow night. So today is the last full day of fall as winter arrives late tomorrow. And of course, we're tilted as far away from the sun as we can get right now. So the southern hemisphere soaking in all that nice sunshine and warmth. And that's why it's the coldest time of the year for us. We're tilted away from the sun. It's all about the tilt on the Earth's axis. So as far as our weather pattern this weekend, yeah, it is going to be wintry because we're going to see a winter type of wedge pattern setting up with a cool rain over the course of the weekend. So it'll be a cloudy and wet weekend as those clouds will be increasing tonight. The rain moves in on our Saturday and then really picks up on Sunday. Sunday will be the wettest day of the weekend. And then it looks like Monday it tapers off and will be drier by Tuesday and milder for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So the timing pretty good on this, showing these clouds on the increase as we head into our Friday night, heading into our Saturday morning. Few showers out there. Grab your umbrella before you head out the door for those last minute errands you may be doing on Saturday. We'll have those showers around East Cobb, stretching over into Roswell, Alpharetta, and over to Duluth in the morning hours. Very light on Saturday, off and on. And then as we head into the evening, we may see some breaks in the action before the deeper moisture moves in. A good fetch of moisture coming in off the Gulf of Mexico for our Sunday. So we'll see that rain really picking up heavy at times Sunday into Sunday night. And that's because that area of low pressure is going to be spinning around here, tapping into all that moisture. So rain will continue into our Monday. And as we head into Monday night, we should start to see it push off to the east. So by Tuesday, Christmas Eve, we think we'll have a good northerly wind. We'll think the moisture will be moving off, but temperatures are actually going to remain quite mild for us as we head into our Christmas holiday. So for your Saturday, we're going to end up seeing the chance for those showers, light showers off and on, 30% chance, certainly not a washout. Heading into our Sunday on Hanukkah. Hanukkah begins on Sunday, and we'll have heavy rain at times developing during the day. Temperatures in the 40s all day, and it's going to be quite breezy. So Sunday is going to be probably the chilliest, wettest day of the week. We start to taper it off on Monday, so light showers, about a 50% chance. And then for Christmas Eve, look at that. We dry it out. We see quite a bit of sunshine for our Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. We'll have just a few clouds around, temperatures in the mid-60s. So great weather midweek for getting out and trying out all those new toys outside.
Well, speaking of new toys, trying to find the perfect gift for a family member or a friend or loved one can cause a lot of stress this time of year. But when you get together next week, consider not buying a gift. Ryan Kruger dives into the psychology of gift giving.
Every year, we pack the malls and cyber stores, spending hundreds, even thousands of dollars on our friends and loved ones. But are we really buying for them, or are we buying for ourselves?
People think more is better, but that's not what recipients seem to say. Recipients say, understanding who I am and reflecting that in a gift purchase is better.
Professor Morgan Ward from Emory University has studied the impact of gift giving. Her research shows that giving the wrong gift can actually sour relationships. So instead of hitting the malls for the high-dollar ticket items, you might actually end up spending less.
It would be better to give gifts that are more empathic to the recipient. Maybe that means fewer gifts because then you can actually focus on what the recipient wants.
Obviously, gift giving depends on each person you're buying for. But consider this, while advertisers show us the year's hottest products, maybe your gift doesn't have to be an item at all.
So maybe giving an experience would be an example, or especially an experience that you can engage in together because that's very connecting for people. So there are alternatives to just buying a thing.
So to come, the decade is heading for an end with rents in the city at an all-time high. We take a look at how rent and housing prices have changed in 10 years and what that means for the city.
Rush Block, the biggest news of the day in 5 minutes or less. Quick and convenient for all those hectic mornings. Catch the Rush Block on the Morning Rush.
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
Atlanta is filled with great photo spots. And of course, I would know because this is my hometown. I'm 11Alive's Francesca Amaker, and I'm about to show you my picks for the 3 best Instagram spots in Atlanta. The Outkast Mural is one of Atlanta's newest hotspots. Created by the artist Jex, people flock from all over the world just to get a shot of these 2 hip-hop legends. News of the mural went viral when Big Boy himself gave a shout out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little 5 Points. An Atlanta icon, ever-changing, always interesting. The Krog Street Tunnel is full of artwork from some pretty eclectic Atlanta artists.
Yeah, all we feel is good vibe. We vibe with it, it's a good time. We don't worry about the hate, we just pass it to the side.
There's graffiti, community messages, concert announcements. You really never know what you're gonna get here, and that's what makes it so special. You can find it between Cabbagetown and Inman Park. If you've never checked it out, it's a must-see. There are hundreds of works of art along the Beltline. I'm talking murals, sculptures, photography. This beautiful mural was created by the artist Hence. It's 100 feet long, and even though it was created in 2014, it still remains very popular to musicians and photographers alike. You can find it on the East Side Trail under Virginia Avenue. So let me know what you think. It doesn't have to be street art. Maybe your favorite spot is down the street from your home or a great view. Connect with me on Facebook and Instagram and share your favorite Instagram spots in Atlanta. And come hang out with me on Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
It looks like fun.
They are fun.
They're
And
a
they're
lot of fun.
convenient. But they're being dumped everywhere.
5,000 scooters at one time active throughout the city. I enjoy them myself. They're fun. There's got to be some regulations.
I just feel like we have to evolve with the times, though. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. It's a new way of transporting.
Yeah.
We have to evolve.
I'm going to be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5.
We are close to the end of another decade. It's one that's brought a lot of change and growth to Metro Atlanta. And looking at the changes in rent and housing prices gives a snapshot of what's happened in the last 10 years. Here's Cheryl Preheim.
The price of rent in Atlanta went up 65% over the last 10 years. The average is now close to $1,500 a month. It's interesting that more renters are moving to the suburbs. 25,000 more renters living in the suburbs today compared to 2010. More people likely having to rent because in the same time frame, the median price of a house has doubled. It's now $251,000. The amount of money people make is up, but not as much as expenses. The average household income is $67,000, up about 60% from 10 years ago.
And over the last decade, a lot of people have moved in and out of Atlanta. 171,000 came, 161,000 left. Our overall city grew by 10,000. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like more people have headed into the city. People came from all over, though. The biggest group, though, came from New York City. We'll be right back.
Come on, man. It's the heart of the South. And it's one of the most diverse cities around. People from all walks of life have come here and made it home. From different backgrounds, languages, and religions. And who can forget about the food? They all make this a cultural melting pot, full of great people and Southern hospitality. Atlanta's rich history is unmatched, known as the cradle of the civil rights movement for good reason. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Andrew Young, John Lewis, they all fought in the struggle for equal rights right here. Businesses on Sweet Auburn Avenue, local black churches, and college students from Atlanta all helped shape the future of America. Once an Olympic city, Atlanta's home to the best sports scene across the nation. Hey look, the South has something to say. You won't find more passionate fans anywhere. From the Atlanta Braves home run king, my man Hank Aaron, to the human highlight film Hawks Dominique Wilkins, some of the greatest athletes have come through Atlanta. We're talking the Falcons, the Braves, the Hawks, the MLS champs, Atlanta United. This city has something for every kind of sports fan. So what do you think? Is Atlanta the best city in America? Connect with us. Use Facebook or Instagram and tell us why this city's got it going on. And then watch us every weekday morning from 5 to 7 on the Morning Rush on 11Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Babe, where are my keys?
Where's my lunch?
Where's my phone? Hey, where's my blue shirt?
Where's my pen? Have you seen it?
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
I woke up at 2 in the morning to be here. Where were you?
Once you allow it, right, then it sets you up for the entire week where you just have lost it.
Like on a Sunday, it's like, oh, let's just order some Chinese food. And of course, you wind up eating tons of that. And then on Monday, you're like, well, I got leftovers. I can't let it go to waste.
Auntie wants to give you a plate to take home from the barbecue.
Auntie.
No.
Auntie, don't invite me to the barbecue.
I'm going to be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11Alive.
The 11Alive app is your go-to source for all things Atlanta.
You hear what happened today? I'll tell you all about it.
Breaking news the moment it happens.
The Boyle.
A new proposal would prohibit public rec centers and schools from hosting single-gender sporting events if a transgender child who's transitioning wants to compete under their new gender. It's called the Student Athlete Protection Act, and Georgia lawmakers could take up the issue during the next legislative session. The Student Athlete Protection Act. The bill would ban public and government facilities like rec centers and schools from being used in athletic competitions if a person who was not born a male wants to compete in an event designated just for males. Same goes for children who are not born a female but want to compete in female events. For example, an athlete born a male could not participate in women's basketball at public or government fields, stadiums, property, or facilities. The bill would also prevent some high schools from participating in events conducted by athletic associations that allowed that to happen. But the rules wouldn't apply to athletic events where both biological males and females are allowed to participate. State Representative Philip Singleton commented on his proposed legislation, saying it's meant to preserve the integrity of athletic competition and protect our youth. He also said the bill would give children and parents peace of mind, as well as provide children with the freedom to participate in athletic competitions fairly and with the competition they expected when they chose to compete. Singleton said he filed the legislation as a preemptive measure to make sure every athlete can compete in fair and open competition. We reached out to the advocacy group Georgia Equality that works on behalf of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender communities for their reaction to this proposed bill. They called it a shameful attack on some of the most vulnerable students, saying transgender people are human beings who exist in every facet of our society, and that includes participating in sports for all the same reasons as everyone else. We posted the full statements from both sides on 11alive.com.
11Alive News Primetime on the ATL starts now.
Tonight at 9, a warehouse accused of releasing a cancer-causing toxin into the air right by a school and daycare is temporarily shutting down. The changes it has to make moving forward.
And a murder conviction overturned after a judge makes herself the 13th juror, reverses the conviction, and then retires. The district attorney now pushing to change the law to check the judge's power.
But first, a former aide to then Mayor Kasim Reed found guilty of violating the Georgia Open Records Act.
Jenna Garland was criminally charged in 2017 for delaying communications to reporters. Elwin Lopez spoke to our 11Alive legal analyst on the impact of the jury's decision.
Yeah, and Jeff, it's something that as journalists we are very familiar with. The Open Records Act generally applies to all government agencies across the nation, and the agency typically has 3 days to respond. In this case, the jury found that didn't happen, as 11Alive legal analyst LaTanya Hines explains.
I think in this case, why the prosecution went forward is because you have text messages and evidence where it shows that this person consciously wanted to avoid complying with the act.
A jury found former press secretary to former Atlanta Mayor Kasim Reed guilty of 2 misdemeanors for purposely telling workers to delay releasing city documents to the media.
She was given a fine of $750 for each one. So it becomes a little bit symbolic more so because a lot of times public officials have an immunity, a governmental immunity for some of the acts that they do. But here she's being held accountable for the act that she did.
Garland's attorney is reportedly planning to appeal. Hines says the verdict sets a change of tone in how public officials will handle open record requests from now on.
government entities are aware about making sure that they get that open record request that comes through complied with. But now they know that if you frustrate that system at all, you could be prosecuted and convicted.
And Hines also told me that violations of the Open Record Act in Georgia is up to a $1,000 fine per count. And in this case, Garland was fined a total of $1,500.
Well, it's a little bit cool out there, and this morning definitely cool on this last full day of fall. Tomorrow, winter begins late in the evening at 11:19. So we're looking at these temperatures this morning that were down to 20 in Blairsville, 27 in Dalton, 25 in Athens and LaGrange. We were a little milder in the Atlanta airport area. We were at 34 degrees. So what's heading our way? Well, we have a wedge pattern setting up here as we have a little cooler air out of the northeast being driven by northeasterly winds and then overrunning moisture. So that for our weekend means it's going to be slow to develop. Tomorrow we'll have some spotty showers, widespread cloud cover, and then the winds pick up and it can be very rainy as we head into our Sunday and into Monday. So that Sunday night period, it is going to be a driving rain with heavy downpour. So coming up, we'll go hour by hour and let you know when to anticipate the heaviest rain this weekend, this very important weekend before Christmas.
Samantha, thank you. Starting our speed feed now, Georgia U.S. Senators and Congresspeople want to designate the Jimmy Carter National Historic Site as the Jimmy Carter National Historical Park. The legislation would help protect many locations in Plains, Georgia, places like the boyhood farm of President Carter and also his high school, the train depot where he began his campaign and, of course, his current home. It would also protect he and his wife's eventual grave sites in Plains. People who wanted to create a city of East Cobb say they are pushing off the proposal for another year into 2021. The Committee for Cityhood in East Cobb wants to use the extra time to gather support and finalize proposed city borders. They say if East Cobb becomes a city, it would have better police coverage and control over development. Opponents say no one wants this, and the plan has been shrouded in secrecy. There's still a bill that's active until the end of the next legislative session to get the proposal on the 2020 ballot. After that, a new proposal would need to be written. And less than a month after filling the sheriff's open spot, DeKalb County announced plans for a special election. Melody Maddox, as you know, replaced former DeKalb County Sheriff Jeffrey Mann, who recently retired December 1st. The special election will line up with presidential primaries on March 24th. We have reached out to see if Sheriff Maddox plans to run. We're waiting to hear back.
A warehouse temporarily shutting down to make sure the air is safe after reports show that it was releasing toxins and cancer-causing gas into the air. BD owns the warehouse in Covington. It told the state today it will stop some of the operations there for 2 weeks after some harsh words from the governor. 11Alive's Doug Richards is following the response prompted by demands from Georgia's Environmental Protection Division.
This is the plant in Covington that shut down earlier this fall because of leaks of cancer-causing ethylene oxide. Down the road from that BD plant, the company maintains a warehouse which stores and ships products sterilized with ethylene oxide. State regulators say this plant is also emitting the cancer-causing gas. BD told the state that air monitors recently recorded the warehouse emitted 0.65 pounds of ethylene oxide per hour. That's more than 15 pounds per day, or more than 5,600 pounds per year.
I don't really feel that myself or my neighbors are really being protected from what we're breathing, which is scary.
Kaylee Ingram lives less than a half-mile away. Her 5-year-old Aria has spent much of her life getting treatment for mysterious life-threatening tumors. And you're convinced it's ethylene oxide?
Definitely.
Up the road from them, there's a school. In the other direction, there's a daycare center. The state told the company it will require BD to monitor the air at the fence line outside of the warehouse, as well as Ingram's subdivision and the nearest school, to determine airborne levels of ethylene oxide. BD issued a statement saying air monitoring data from inside and outside the facility confirm that BD's facility is safe for employees and the community, and that the company will keep working to reduce the emissions. Ingram thinks that's not enough.
I mean, if they were really concerned with it, I feel like they would have already shut down.
EPD went to court in October to get BD to agree to the air monitoring that led to the latest revelations here at its warehouse. The state is telling the company that fines of up to $25,000 per day could result if its ethylene oxide issues here aren't straightened out.
Plants in Covington, Cobb County, and Madison all use this chemical. And as this all plays out here, there are reports companies using ethylene oxide are pushing the Trump administration to redraft the EPA's assessment that ETO is a dangerous carcinogen. That infuriates people in those communities who are convinced that ETO caused their cancer. Trade groups representing chemical companies are lobbying the Trump administration to get rid of the EPA's peer-reviewed evaluation. According to the Chicago Tribune, the company wants industry-funded research rejected by 2 independent panels. The Tribune says it has documents to back this up, and the lobbying could be working. In November, the EPA backed away from a promise to draft new regulations to protect people living where ETO has been detected in the air. Redrafting EPA's assessment could help companies avoid government mandates that would force them to spend millions of dollars to reduce the amount of the chemical that they put into the air. Court documents around the Sterigenics plant in Cobb County show that there were 20 households with cancer in this one subdivision of 100 houses, Old Vinings Mill. Is why neighborhood groups say that they won't stop fighting to limit or stop the use of ethylene oxide.
Enrollment at colleges declining. Experts predicting it's going to get even worse. According to Forbes, college enrollment decreased by 1.3% this fall, or about 230,000 students. That's quite a bit. Public four-year schools had about 97,000 fewer students enrolled. The report also found more students are opting out of specific majors. English and humanities departments are facing a combined 12% major decrease. Mass communication not doing so well either. Experts attribute the drop in enrollment to the ongoing student debt crisis. If you have a child or a teen, you know what I'm talking about. Despite this nationwide decline, Georgia saw enrollment increase by about 1.5%.
Well, we have heard of critters turning up in Christmas trees before, but can you imagine how startled the Noonan family was to find a live owl roosting in their tree? Their 10-year-old daughter jumped when what she thought was an ornament turned its head to look at her. Our Caitlin Ross spoke with the tech who delivered the owl back to its natural habitat.
They are tiny. They only weigh about 1/4 pound, and they can make themselves look even smaller when they're scared. But beyond adorning the Christmas tree, Chattahoochee Nature Center wildlife tech Dawn Elderman says the owl was in perfect health.
It really didn't faze me until she said, this is not a prank. So I thought, well, this is interesting.
Wildlife tech Dawn Elderman doesn't typically make house calls, but this she had to see.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine seeing an ornament turn and look at you and, you know, how spooky that might feel.
The Newman family dubbed it Owlgate on Facebook and posted pictures and videos of the little owl that made a home in their Christmas tree. In one post, they say, who needs a star when you have an owl atop your tree? But the family called the Chattahoochee Nature Center when their decoration didn't leave.
She had done all the right things. The family had left all of the windows and doors open, which is what you want to do to try and get that guy out of there. Since we don't know if it came with the Christmas tree, we don't know if it flew in.
So Elderman drove over to Noonan with a Christmas feast she hoped would lure the owl outside.
I brought 2 dead mice in case it needed, well, that's what it would eat, yeah.
She says the Newman family helped make sure the owl had everything it needed to feel safe.
And they were thrilled. They were super interested in the process and what I was doing, and they were involved and very helpful.
They were so into it, they started a fundraiser for the Chattahoochee Nature Center.
You know, the animals don't pay rent, so it's always great to have donations, and they really tried hard to help us.
Elderman identified the bird as an eastern screech owl. She showed me one just like it at the Nature Center. They are native to this area, and the family's yard will be a perfect habitat for the owl that was in their tree.
It's perfect for a screech owl, and it's pretty isolated, which is also good.
They were able to self-release the owl when it got dark Saturday night, though the family swears they can still hear it hooting in the distance.
And I think they named it Santa Claus.
The family named it Santa Claus because it had red on its chest and it was so cute. But the Nature Center says they stay away from naming owls because it's actually a federal crime to keep wildlife as a pet. But as soon as we posted this story, a lot of you had a lot to say. Some of you say finding a pet owl in your tree might be a Christmas miracle. Patricia says she loves it and her granddaughters would have thought it was an awesome surprise. Mickey says he would have let the owl stay. He says he even would have fed it and made sure it was as comfortable as possible. But Teresa brings up a good point here. What do you expect to happen when you steal the owl's home?
Up next, a 25-year tradition coming to an end. The Nutcracker's last stand at the Fox. What performers are saying.
Don't forget, we are streaming right now on 11Alive's YouTube channel. A lot of my friends have already discovered this around the country. Hello to all of you watching right now. You can subscribe and join the conversation in the community section. We have more 11Alive news in prime time. After the break, Merry Christmas.
You can find it on the East Side Trail under Virginia Avenue. So let me know what you think. It doesn't have to be street art. Maybe your favorite spot is down the street from your home or a great view. Connect with me on Facebook and Instagram and share your favorite Instagram spots in Atlanta. And come hang out with me on Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
It looks like fun.
They are fun.
And they're
convenient. But they're being dumped everywhere.
5,000 scooters at one time active throughout the city. I enjoy them myself. They're fun. There's got to be some regulations.
I just feel like we have to evolve with the times, though. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. It's a new way of transporting. We have to evolve.
I'm going to be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m.
You see them all day, every day. Headlines, stats, and numbers, but without context, they're just clickbait. So let's add some perspective. The 3 most interesting numbers of the day, what they mean, and why they're important. News and numbers on Up Late.
What's the best part about
your voice?
For many of us, the holidays are not complete without seeing the Nutcracker. And for 25 years, the Atlanta Ballet has performed the classic at the Fox Theater. But this year will be the last. Next year, the production will move into a new home. And while it will be the same show, some people will miss the tradition that they have built on Peachtree Street.
I mean, look around. It's just the buzz, the excitement.
The bright lights outside the Fox Theater.
We love it at the Fox.
We love it. Is just as much of a draw as what's going on inside. For 25 years, it's been home to Atlanta Ballet's Nutcracker. For many families, it's tradition, which is why leaving the historic location comes with a bit of sadness.
I'm a little disappointed. The Fox just has so much charm.
Just kind of cutting the legs out of the culture of Atlanta.
The production's move was a mutual business decision between the Fox and Atlanta Ballet, according to both parties. Next year, the Nutcracker will be 10 miles up the road at Cobb Energy Performing Arts Center. It's where the Atlanta Ballet performs all their other shows.
It will be the same magic, and we'll create even more.
The show will be the same, if not with even more sparkle.
The show was really designed for a modern performing arts space, and we were very lucky to have the opportunity to do it here at the Fox. But we're really excited about how it's going to look at CPAC.
The Nutcracker production has grown since it began at the Fox in 1994, now with massive set pieces and highly detailed lighting projections. The Fox carries a lot of memories, not just for yearly visitors, but also the dancers, some who have danced in the show for more than a decade.
There's something so beautiful also about looking out into this house with the architecture. It's really special.
What I miss most is actually my dressing room spot, which has been my spot for the past 12 years.
There's also a lot to look forward to in the new space.
Having dressing rooms on the same level as the stage, not as many stairs.
The whole thing is going to be a great move to go there.
The Nutcracker's last run at the Fox will end on Christmas Eve.
The Nutcracker, yes, it is winter. Well, it's not exactly winter yet. Today's the last day of fall. Tomorrow, winter officially begins late in the evening. But it already looks like winter out here at SunTrust, where they do have the bigger event going on. Maria was out there earlier filling us in on the details for the event there tonight and tomorrow. And I think they'll get most of it in tomorrow before the nasty weather moves in. So tomorrow is the winter solstice. It occurs late in the evening at 11 19 in the evening. That's when winter officially begins, and we're at our northernmost tilt, or our tilt away from the sun. The sun is aimed at the southern hemisphere right now, of course, and then after the winter solstice, we'll start slowly tilting back towards the sun, and we'll end up at the vernal equinox in the spring when we have equal days and equal nights. But right now, the nights are long and the days are a bit shorter. So our night last night, we got down to 34 degrees early in the morning. So temperatures in the suburbs were even chillier than that, down into the upper 20s in places like Marietta and Carrollton, and also in Duluth early this morning. So these temperatures did warm up, though. We made it into the mid-50s by the afternoon. So we did see a little bit of a temperature rebound there, which was a couple degrees above average. So we started out a little below average. We ended up a couple degrees above average. And rainfall-wise, we could sure use some rain, and we're going to get some. We're almost 7 inches behind, and we're going to see some much-needed rain over the weekend and into the beginning of next week. So we're looking at temperatures right now that are pretty comfortable. 44 in Gainesville, 45 in Canton, 49 in Atlanta, 48 in Thomaston, 42 in LaGrange, a little chillier there. And those clouds are going to be moving in overnight and blanketing us in a little bit, blanketing in the warmth. So, well, if you want to call it warmth, at least it'll keep our temperatures in the low 40s. We shouldn't be down around freezing tonight, as we'll be a little milder as we head towards the weekend. So we do have a little bit of moisture moving our way. Not much yet, mainly just cloud cover, but we do have an area of low pressure that's going to be developing here in the Gulf that's going to bring in a lot of moisture as we head in through the weekend. So we'll see the clouds on the increase tonight, a cloudy and wet, breezy, cool weekend. And then after that, we'll see drier air move in, and it'll be milder and warmer as we head into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So the clouds here are moving on in. We're seeing a few light showers for our Saturday morning. Grab your umbrella before you head out the door. They should be very light, few and far between. We'll see some breaks in the action during the evening hours. And then once we get to Sunday, that leading edge of the moisture moving in from the south, and we'll see some heavy rain at times as we head in through our Sunday. There's that area of low pressure pulling that moisture in off the Gulf of Mexico. It'll be windy at times. We'll see some heavy, heavy rain. We even have a flood risk here, maybe a flash flood risk as the heavy rain comes down, especially here from about I-20 southward. We'll have decent amounts on the north side, maybe an inch, inch and a half to 2, but we could see up to 4 to 5 inches here in middle Georgia, and the south side could see some very heavy rain indeed. So we'll monitor it for possible flood risks. The National Weather Service is watching it, of course, as well. So light showers off and on our Saturday, heavy rain at times on our Sunday, and of course that's the first day of Hanukkah, and it looks like it's going to be a bit of a soaker. Light showers on Monday, and then we dry it out for Christmas Eve with plenty of sunshine, making it to mid-60s Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
The fruitcake in the South is a holiday tradition. This is a commercial from 1960 for Imperial Sugar, and the basic theme of this is if you want to give a good holiday gift, you give fruitcake. You bake it at home, and you know, everybody wants fruitcake. Well, times have changed, and it is suffering a slow death in this part of the world. It's really become a punchline for a lot of holiday jokes, but you know what? It always wasn't that way, but it's kind of gone. Commercial fruitcake that you buy in grocery stores, or it's bad stuff. I mean, that's a lot of artificial gunk. I'm talking about fruitcake that is a 100-year Southern recipe in Atlanta, small batch from the Rhodes Bakery right down the road here on Cheshire Bridge Road. The Rhodes boys, now in their 70s, make their grandmother's recipe with Plant City, Florida fruit, Georgia pecans, and pound cake. This is a 100-year-old recipe, and they used to make an enormous batch for Christmas, not anymore. Tom Rhodes told me he uses this 80-year-old mixing bowl. He and his brother George, they're like concert pianists, one instrument, 4 hands, the perfect duet. I'll tell you what, I was in the Rhodes Bakery. I wanted to do a story on fruitcake, and a guy comes up to me and goes, you know, Jeff, I always read your Facebook posts. And he goes, I had this elderly grandmother when I was just a boy, and she used to make it and dump all kinds of bourbon and alcohol on top of it, then put it in a tin, and then everybody would eat it around Christmas. He said the whole house would smell like a distillery. He still remembers the smell. A lot of people do that with fruitcake, but this fruitcake recipe is unlike most you probably have ever had. We could talk fruitcake and recipes indefinitely, so Jennifer, I have to get out of here. I'm already in that Christmas spirit, so.
Who isn't, Jeff? Who isn't? Especially not with that story. Well, coming up, how a lifelong friendship inspired a find a cure for cystic fibrosis using classic cars. Their Brave Conquers Fear story next.
Sculptures, photography. This beautiful mural was created by the artist Hints. It's 100 feet long, and even though it was created in 2014, it still remains very popular to musicians and photographers alike. You can find it on the East Side Trail under Virginia Avenue. So let me know what you think. It doesn't have to be street art. Maybe your favorite spot is down the street from your home or a great view. Connect with me on Facebook and Instagram and share your favorite Instagram spots in Atlanta. And come hang out with me on Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
It looks like fun.
They are fun.
And they're
convenient. But they're being dumped everywhere.
5,000 scooters at one time active throughout the city. I enjoy them myself. They're fun. There's got to be some regulations.
I just feel like we have to evolve with the times, though. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. It's a new way of transporting. We have to evolve.
I'm going to be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m.
You see them all day, every day. Headlines, stats, and numbers, but without context, they're just clickbait. So let's add some perspective. The 3 most interesting numbers of the day, what they mean, and why they're important. News and numbers on Up Late.
What's the best part about
Your voice, it is never too loud or too much. Your voice has the power to tell it like it is.
Bringing us together to act.
Together, our voices grow. Together, we come alive, amplifying voices and breaking down barriers to change the story and shape the future. Together, we are unstoppable. Together, we are where Atlanta speaks.
Remember the old days, the old cliffhangers when we used to watch shows?
Hey,
and
cliffhangers.
They would wait the next week. You're, what's going to happen to the $6 million man? He was hanging with his one bionic arm.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. only on 11Alive.
Atlanta, almost 6 million.
Even before she was old enough to fully understand, Emily Choate Bridges has hoped for and worked towards finding a cure for cystic fibrosis. That courage to believe in what sometimes felt impossible was inspired and fueled by a lifelong friendship.
This is a 1934.
Classic cars have been a constant around the Choate house.
It's really one of only 7 known to be left in the world.
Growing up around cars, I just was always in love with them.
At 10, Emily picked out her dream car.
A 1969 Z28 Camaro.
When she was 17, she got it.
Leanne and I would go to car shows.
Leanne, the other constant around the house all of those years.
We met when we were 2, but really that means our moms were friends.
They grew up together.
I mean, that's your bestie for life. She's a sister.
And together faced the challenges that came with cystic fibrosis.
My daughter's best friend was diagnosed at the age of 3. The average age of survival was 13.
Many of those patients with low lung function will feel that they're struggling to breathe and feel a sense of shortness of breath, like breathing through a straw.
The Choates are a family of builders, doers, working on projects all over the city. As a family, they dedicated themselves to a new project, supporting the effort to find a cure.
Leanne is one of all of us.
The family combined their constants, classic cars, and a love for Leanne to create a car show to raise money for research. They were all woven into each detail of each other's lives.
There was a resiliency about her.
Times they didn't expect to have.
Just an amazing day.
The girl doctors thought would live to be 13 was married when she was 30.
It just represented how far Leanne has come.
And part of Emily's wedding, too.
The room was just buzzing with energy of happiness and gratitude and joy. That was a day I'll never forget.
Leanne passed away on November 1st.
Soon after, a possible breakthrough treatment. And now, word it is the game changer they hoped for. The FDA just approved that drug, Trikafta.
A new miracle drug that will be coming to over 90% of the CF population. There are a lot of ugly tears going on, and I'm feeling them come on now.
We're on the cusp of whipping this disease once and for all.
Leanne is still a constant in the Choate house.
Leanne's courage is something we can all look to.
And Emily feels her best friend's spirit strongly as she organizes another car show for a cure for Leanne.
While we ran out of time with Leanne, it is her life that will propel us forward.
There are so many Brave Conquerors fear stories to share from the year. We hope that you will join us for Cheryl's 30-minute special on Christmas Day at 5 p.m. And if you have a story to share for next year, Cheryl would love to hear about it.
Up next, Georgia district attorneys frustrated with the law that allows judges to reverse jury convictions and then immediately retire from the bench.
It says to me and it says to others that something is not right about the judge's action.
A Reveal investigation coming up on the WATL.
It's like an inside scoop.
Oh, nice. But you know, I really wish you would have told us we were filming this today.
Ooh, did I not text you? All right. Ah, it's in my drafts. That's my bad.
So you slept in and you missed Morning Rush, huh? Well, here's what you missed.
In my experience, good guys do finish last.
I consider myself a nice guy. I've got the most beautiful woman in the world in my eyes.
You're a nice guy too,
Yeah.
Jeff.
I'm saying in my experience, when growing up, good guys didn't finish last.
Somebody broke his heart somewhere along the line.
We're here every weekday morning, so come on, hang out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
You didn't get my text? The whole crew got together for coffee this morning.
I'm learning the taste of water because I'm sugary.
Yeah,
right.
About that.
Reward would be
Slimming down. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. A little water in my cup.
And beautiful skin. You know, even more beautiful skin, you know, when it's all hydrated and everything else. I'm not gonna be able to sit next to you in a few months.
Don't drink your morning coffee alone. Have it with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11Alive.
Some mornings what you want isn't what you have time for. And that's why there's the Rush Blog, the biggest news of the day in 5 minutes or less. Quick and convenient for all those hectic mornings. Catch the Rush Blog on the Morning Rush.
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
Atlanta is filled with great photo spots. And of course, I would know because this is my hometown. I'm 11Alive's Francesca Amaker, and I'm about to show you my picks for the 3 best Instagram spots in Atlanta. The Outkast Mural is one of Atlanta's newest hotspots. Created by the artist Jex, people flock from all over the world just to get a shot of these 2 hip-hop legends. News of the mural went viral when Big Boy himself gave a shout out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little 5 Points. An Atlanta icon, ever changing, always interesting. The Krog Street.
Hello and welcome to the review on Primetime. I'm investigator Andy Perotti. Georgia district attorneys want the governor's help to change a law they believe gives unchecked power to state judges. The request comes after a year's worth of Reveal investigations, which exposed judges who reversed jury convictions by naming themselves the 13th juror and oftentimes immediately retiring from the bench. One murder case in Fulton County illustrates the concerns of the controversial judicial practice. It started with a game of chance with no luck of ending well for nearly every player involved.
It was a game of dice that erupted into gunfire. 4 men shot. They fled from Bell Street to Auburn Avenue when police found 3 of them bleeding, another dying.
Thousands of dollars were at stake. 2 men branded guns after one accused the other of cheating on a hot summer morning in June 2014. Dexter Beard shot 4 times, survived. Salaman Balai, hit 5 times by bullets, did not.
Right now we're actively working the crime scene and seeking witnesses to try to determine what happened.
6 months later, a Fulton County grand jury indicted Beard for Balai's murder. A trial convened a few months later. District Attorney Paul Howard.
The witnesses came in. They positively identified the defendant. The jurors heard it, and they convicted him. I don't have any doubt that he's guilty.
Judge Doris Downs sentenced Beard to life in prison. But then, 3 years later, something extraordinary happens. The judge took another look at the case after Beard filed an appeal and determined the case was riddled with conflicting evidence and credibility concerns because many of the witnesses were drinking.
The jurors were all aware of that. And those facts that the judge pointed out, it does not mean that people are not credible.
They take the meds.
That didn't matter to Judge Downs. In October last year, she determined the original jurors got it wrong, named herself the 13th juror, and ordered Beard a new trial, reversing his conviction. She then immediately retired from the bench. So she names herself the 13th juror the same day that she's retiring.
That's the day that the opinion was delivered.
Judge Downs declined a recorded interview, but over the phone says her retirement was not sudden, rather planned a year in advance. She blames the delays on obtaining court transcripts and a heavy caseload. A review investigation uncovered Downs isn't the only Georgia judge to do this. Last year, Bexar County Judge David Moats named himself the 13th juror, reversing the murder conviction of Paul Hamilton, a former judge himself. Moats provided little reason why. Do you want to provide any explanation of why you gave him a new trial?
The Georgia Supreme Court explained it better than I can.
But don't you owe it to your former constituents? Judge Moats retired days later. In Fulton County, Judge John Groger also named himself the 13th juror last year, reversing the murder conviction of Quantavious Holmes, a repeat violent offender. He retired weeks later.
I guess I'm wondering if what you're doing is wholesome. Why are you waiting until the last hour of your service to the bench? It says to me, and it says to others, that something is not right about the judge's action.
Howard appealed Judge Downs' decision to Georgia's Supreme Court. But the Supreme Court justices affirmed the lower court's ruling, allowing Beard's new trial to continue. In fact, every 13th juror case appeared before Georgia's highest court has been approved to move forward, essentially giving judges across the state a green light to reverse convictions each time they think the jury gets it wrong. Justice David Namias.
I mean, the judge is the 13th juror.
Yes.
It's nice if he gives you a chance to weigh in on your views on the general grounds, but there's nothing in the statute that requires it.
Another justice, Sarah Warren, called Howard's appeal bizarre. 2 weeks later, Howard responded with these T-shirts and a tweet saying, "We are bizarre, bizarre for justice."
And for the judge to seemingly ridicule our office, I thought was highly inappropriate.
This past November, Howard sent this letter to Governor Brian Kemp asking for his help to amend the 13th juror statute, writing he and other district attorneys are concerned the law can single-handedly undo all the hard work of a criminal jury. Gwinnett County District Attorney Danny Porter, a Republican, is among them.
If people can't rely on the results that are given by juries, then you can't rely on the system at all.
Howard, a Democrat,
agrees.
That's not what the founders of our Constitution intended, and I just don't think they ever intended for a judge to simply undo the work of a jury.
Dexter Beard remains in prison pending his new trial. We attempted to reach out to him and his public defender, but did not get a response. The DA would like to see the law changed to prevent judges from naming themselves the 13th juror and then immediately retiring, as well as notifying prosecutors ahead of time. The governor's office says it received the DA's letter and requests for legislative change, but declined to comment. To watch other investigations on the 13th juror issue, go to our website at 11alive.com, and don't forget to watch The Reveal, the only local investigative show in the country. It airs Sunday at 6 p.m. on our sister station, 11Alive.
Well, winter arrives tomorrow. Today's last day of fall, and winter begins tomorrow evening at 11:19, so very late in the evening. And it looks like we're going to be seeing a wintertime kind of wedge pattern setting up, with that cool air being pushed up against the mountains, and then we'll have moisture working its way off the Gulf of Mexico, overriding the cooler air. So it will be a cooler, breezier, wetter weekend, especially on Sunday. It is just going to be a pretty nasty day to be out. So it'd be better to get things done tomorrow. It'll be lighter and it won't be quite as windy, but the weekend is not going to be as perfect as today was. Today turned out to be pretty darn nice after a very chilly start. So the clouds are going to be rolling in as we head into our Saturday. So overcast to start tomorrow with just some light intermittent showers. So doing things outside, you can probably get it done tomorrow. But as we head into Sunday, that's when the heavier rain is going to be moving in, and we're going to see this area of low pressure here set up in the northern Gulf of Mexico, and that is going to set us up for a wet pattern Sunday, Sunday night, even into Monday. We're still going to be dealing with some of this rain. And so coming up, we'll talk about the timing of this hour by hour and let you know just when it's going to clear out as we head towards Christmas Eve.
All right, Sam, thank you. It was a very big day for a little girl who helped change the conversation about childhood cancer treatments. 19-month-old Haley Holder made national headlines when there was a shortage of a pediatric chemo drug called vincristine. When we first met Haley's mom, she was worried her little girl wouldn't be able to get that drug that could save her life. But as Caitlin Ross reports, today was a whole new day.
Haley Holder doesn't care much about survival percentages or treatment dosages. What she does care about? Baby shark. And cupcakes. Lots of cupcakes.
I mean, she's one cool baby, what can I say?
This was a celebration. The 19-month-old just finished 6 weeks of radiation to help her beat cancer. Doctors flooded her body with a lifetime dose.
She's done so well. She's really thrived. And we could not be happier.
Ringing the bell felt so good for the Holder family, they did it twice. 6 weeks ago, they never thought they'd get the chance.
I had no idea. I thought that I would still be fighting for her chemo.
They were distraught when the nationwide shortage of vincristine hit. Haley only has a 20% chance of survival with the cancer drug. Without it, her mom doesn't want to imagine.
People moved mountains to get the vincristine to our kids. She was able to get the chemo she desperately needed. She was able to stay on track.
They met with her oncologist this week, who talked to Haley's parents about her future.
She won't be able to run, but she'll be able to walk, and you know, she may never be an Olympian, but she can be a doctor.
This holiday, they'll celebrate those hopes and dreams together.
We're really excited to be back and to get to spend her first real big holiday with all the people we love.
We're learning tonight about the death of Junior Johnson at the age of 88. What can I say about Junior Johnson? Robert Glenn Johnson won 50 NASCAR Cup Series races as a driver, more than 130 as an owner. But you know what? An obituary doesn't do him justice. When I think about these touchstone figures of the American South, I think about John Lewis, I think about Andrew Young, I think about Paul Bear Bryant, I think about Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, George Jones, Dolly Parton, and Junior Johnson. Junior Johnson's like Babe Ruth. Trying to differentiate the difference between fact and fiction is virtually impossible. It is impossible to talk about what Junior Johnson has meant in the South in his 88 years, beginning as a moonshiner, for the most part invents NASCAR, the biggest driver, biggest team owner. Just what a life, unbelievable life, and dead tonight at the age of 88, certainly the end of an era. We'll have more on his legacy tonight at 11 on Up Late on 11Alive.
A new program promises to help with behavioral problems in children with autism and ADHD, but does it really work? Scientists are skeptical. We're looking into brain balance next.
Live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
It looks like fun.
They are fun. And they're convenient.
But
But they're being dumped everywhere.
5,000 scooters at one time active throughout the city. I enjoy them myself. They're fun. There's got to be some regulations.
I just feel like we have to evolve with the times, though. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. It's a new way of transporting.
Yeah.
We have to evolve.
I'm going to be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m.
You see them all day, every day. Headlines, stats, and numbers, but without context, they're just clickbait. So let's add some perspective. The 3 most interesting numbers of the day, what they mean, and why they're important. News and numbers on Up Late.
What's the best part about
Your voice, it is never too loud or too much. Your voice has the power to tell it like it is.
Bringing us together to act.
Together, our voices grow. Together, we come alive, amplifying voices and breaking down barriers to change the story and shape the future. Together, we are unstoppable. Together, we are where Atlanta speaks.
Remember the old days, the old cliffhangers when we used to watch shows?
Hate
And they
cliffhangers.
would, you know, they would wait the next week. You were, oh, what's going to happen to the $6 million man? He was hanging with his one bionic arm.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. Only on 11Alive.
Atlanta. Almost 6 million people call the Metro home. But what makes this place so great? I'm 11Alive's Chesley McNeil. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why Atlanta is the best city in America. Come on, man. It's the heart of the South. And it's one of the most diverse cities around. People from all walks of life have come here and made it home. From different backgrounds, languages, and religions. And who can forget about the food? They all make this a cultural melting pot, full of great people and Southern hospitality. Atlanta's rich history is unmatched, known as the cradle of the civil rights movement for good reason. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Andrew Young, John Lewis, they all fought in the struggle for equal rights right here. Businesses on Sweet Auburn Avenue, local black churches, and college students from Atlanta all helped shape the future of America. Once an Olympic city, Atlanta's home to the best sports scene across the nation. Hey look, the South has something to say. You won't find more passionate fans anywhere. From the Atlanta Braves home run king, my man Hank Aaron, to the human highlight film Hawks Dominique Wilkins, some of the greatest athletes have come through Atlanta. We're talking the Falcons, the Braves, the Hawks, the MLS champs, Atlanta United. This city has something for every kind of sports fan. So what do you think? Is Atlanta the best city in America? Connect with us. Use Facebook or Instagram and tell us why this city's got it going on. And then watch us every weekday morning.
There's a new company called Brain Balance. It's promising to help children with behavioral issues. The process costs families thousands of dollars, but has some scientists skeptical. Kate Snow reports in a new NBC News investigation.
4, 5, 6. 3 times a week, 6-year-old Isaac Lopez works with his coach,
14.
wearing special sensory gear.
On his arm and leg, Isaac is wearing shakers. He has a metronome playing, a peppermint scent, and glasses.
Isaac is bright, but he also had violent temper tantrums.
I mean, I didn't know what to do. I cried all the time.
Friends told his mom, Patty, about Brain Balance in the strip mall near Detroit.
7 months in, has there been any change in him? It's been incredible.
It's so cool.
The daily tantrums are gone, they say. He's engaging more with other kids.
It's a miracle.
It's what Brain Balance advertises. The company has more than 100 locations nationwide and promotes lucrative franchise opportunities. They promise families help for conditions from ADHD to learning disorders to autism. The average cost, more than $10,000 for a typical 6-month program. To pay that bill, many families have started GoFundMe pages, and Brain Balance offers loans.
So we've served just over 45,000.
Vice President Rebecca Jackson trained as a chiropractor.
It's all about getting everything to connect and communicate.
Brain balance is largely built on the idea that behavior problems are linked to one side of a child's brain being underdeveloped. Isaac's left foot is bare to stimulate what Brain Balance says is his weaker right hemisphere.
Yes, we're going to wake up lots of things in one region, and so we might be targeting that right region of the brain and then getting that region to talk and communicate with other parts.
It did not work for our family.
The Awads had high hopes Brain Balance would help their son Malik, who has ADHD.
This could be it for us, right? For him.
Why does that make you upset?
I don't know, because I just want him to have everything that he needs.
Malik did exercises at the center and at home.
I do think initially that we saw some improvements. He knew how much we spent on it, so he was trying really hard.
6 months later, do you feel like it was money well spent?
No. This is not mainstream science.
Dr. Jill Emanuel is a psychologist with the Child Mind Institute. We asked her and 7 other scientists to review Brain Balance's claims on their website. All were skeptical.
It's overly simplistic to say that weaknesses on one side or the other cause the symptoms of these disorders.
Be very strong.
Brain Balance acknowledges there are no large-scale scientific studies with proper control groups proving the treatment works, but says more research is coming.
We've spoken with other experts, with doctors, medical doctors, who are very skeptical. They think you've got a slick program that is not science-based.
Do you know, on average, it takes 17 years for research to become implemented in mainstream practice. If you have a child that struggles, 17 years is a long time to wait.
Is it ethical to be treating kids in the interim before there is established research?
You know, what we're doing, there aren't risks to. So it's not a medication with side effects.
If they have this theory, find the evidence, show us that it works, and then create the business. They've done it the opposite way.
The Awads say Malik is now doing well with targeted activities and the right dose of medication at a fraction of the cost of Brain Balance.
Ah, boy, it was a chilly start this morning. I don't know if you noticed all the widespread frost. It almost looked like a light coating of snow early this morning. It looked very Christmassy up in Blue Ridge with all the lights on the downtown signs as well as on the Santa Express there. So it's still looking very festive. And in Blue Ridge, Jill Davies, one of our 11Alive storm trackers, captured this beautiful picture of Blue Ridge Lake this morning. Very calm, looks like glass. So the winds were calm and we had those high, thin clouds out there. That was just kind of a clue that change is coming as those high cirrus clouds have been thickening up throughout the day. Scott Anna in Union County took a picture of all these icicles they had. Said it got down to 24 degrees there this morning where he was in Union County. Also, we had temperatures in Blairsville down to 20 degrees this morning as you take a look at those lows. Wow, it was definitely a chilly start to the day. 26 in Rome this morning, 25 in LaGrange and in Athens. At the airport, we were at 34, so it was a little milder where we have all the concrete and the runways and everything kind of holds on to the heat a little bit overnight. So 56 was our high, 34 our low. We should be around 53 and 36, so we weren't too far off the mark today. Rainfall is still far off the mark. We're still almost 7 inches behind for this year, but we're going to see a lot of rain in the next few days. Just light rain tomorrow, but Sunday, Monday, some really good rain. It just depends on how far north it gets. It may be more middle Georgia that sees the heaviest amounts, but this will be good for the drought no matter what. I just hope we don't get too much too soon. So we're looking at these temperatures here in the mid 40s in Canton at the moment, 43 in Athens, 42 in Peachtree City, 41 in LaGrange, and we're not expecting it to be as chilly tonight with all those clouds moving in here. That will insulate in some of the warmth like a blanket. So we're seeing the clouds move in. They're increasing at the moment. So we're seeing those mostly cloudy skies right now. Few showers off in Louisiana, and this is associated with a larger area of moisture that's bringing rain in across the Gulf Coast within the next 24 hours. And we're going to see an area of low pressure set up right here off of the Florida Panhandle, and that's going to pump up a lot of moisture over a wedge that's developing. So that's going to mean the clouds increase. Will be cloudy and gray on our Saturday with intermittent showers. I think Saturday, we're going to be more dry than wet, but we'll still have some showers to contend with. Then a really soggy Sunday, and then it will dry up late Monday and will be drier and warmer for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So the timing for that holiday is looking pretty good. So the clouds are going to continue to move in tonight. Heading out the door tomorrow, we'll have a few showers out there with some embedded heavier rain, but overall, mostly just nuisance showers tomorrow. The wind's picking up out of the northeast, and those winds will continue to pick up as we head into Sunday. So Sunday right now is looking rainy and pretty wet as the day wears on, with some heavy downpours at times. This is Sunday evening, and that area of low pressure just kind of moving to the northeast over South Georgia, and that brings in all that rain at times and wind. So we could end up easily seeing some 1 to 4 inches across North Georgia, with the heaviest amounts here on the south side. Some spots may even get as much as 5 inches. So flash flooding is a possibility, and we'll keep you apprised of that if it starts to develop, of course. So on our Saturday, light showers, a 30% chance, 80% chance of rain, heavy at times on Sunday. And of course, that's the first day of Hanukkah. And then Monday, we end up seeing light showers off and on. They taper off later in the day. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to see those temperatures in the mid-60s and dry. So it looks very nice for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And we'll be right back after this short break.
Your voice, it is never too loud or too much. Your voice has the power to tell it like it is.
Bringing us together to act.
Together, our voices grow. Together, we come alive, amplifying voices and breaking down barriers to change the story and shape the future. Together, we are unstoppable. Together, we are where Atlanta speaks.
Remember the old days, the old cliffhangers when we used to watch shows?
Hey,
and they
cliffhangers.
would, they would wait the next week. You were, what's going to happen to the $6 million man? He was hanging with his one bionic arm.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. Only on 11Alive.
Atlanta. Almost 6 million people call the Metro home. But what makes this place so great? I'm 11Alive's Chesley McNeil. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why Atlanta is the best city in America. Come on, man. It's the heart of the South. And it's one of the most diverse cities around. People from all walks of life have come here and made it home. From different backgrounds, languages, and religions. And who can forget about the food? They all make this a cultural melting pot, full of great people and Southern hospitality. Atlanta's rich history is unmatched, known as the cradle of the civil rights movement for good reason. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Andrew Young, John Lewis, they all fought in the struggle for equal rights right here. Businesses on Sweet Auburn Avenue, local black churches, and college students from Atlanta all helped shape the future of America. Once an Olympic city, Atlanta's home to the best sports scene across the nation. Hey look, the South has something to say. You won't find more passionate fans anywhere. From the Atlanta Braves home run king, my man Hank Aaron, to the human highlight film Hawks Dominique Wilkins, some of the greatest athletes have come through Atlanta. We're talking the Falcons, the Braves, the Hawks, the MLS champs, Atlanta United. This city has something for every kind of sports fan. So what do you think? Is Atlanta the best city in America? Connect with us. Use Facebook or Instagram and tell us why this city's got it going on. And then watch us every weekday morning from 5 to 7 on the Morning Rush on 11Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Babe, where are my keys?
Where's my lunch?
Where's my phone? Hey, where's my blue shirt?
Where's my pen? Have you seen it?
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
I woke up at... Here's something to consider as we're a handful of days away from Christmas. There are things children want, but so many things they really need and should have. This time of year magnifies struggles and hurt that a lot of children face. And that's what stood out in the letter one 7-year-old boy wrote to Santa from the domestic violence shelter where his mom took him so they'd be safe. It is his Christmas perspective in his own handwriting.
Dear Santa, we had to leave our house.
Dad was mad. We had to do all the chores. Dad got everything he wanted. Mom said it was time to leave and she would take us to a safer place where we don't have to be scared. I'm still nervous. I don't want to talk to the other kids. Are you going to come this Christmas? We don't have any of our stuff here. Can you bring some chapter books, a dictionary, and a compass and a watch? I also want a very, very, very good dad. Can you do that too? Love, Blake.
People who work at the shelter where Blake and his mom are staying helped rally to get the compass and the books and the watch, but say they wish they could get him the one thing he needs most. If you'd like to support parents and children at Metro Atlanta domestic violence and homeless shelters, we've got a list of them on 11alive.com.
Certainly something to do for the holidays.
Yeah, and the holidays are looking good after we get through this weekend rain.
You guys are festive in there.
We
We're
are.
trying.
Join the party, Jeff.
Yeah, he did.
Today, did I not text you?
All right.
It's in my drafts. That's my bad.
So you slept in and you missed Morning Rush, huh? Well, here's what you missed. In my experience, good guys do finish last.
I consider myself a nice guy. I've got the most beautiful woman in the world in my eyes.
You're a nice guy too,
Yeah.
I'm saying in my experience, when growing up, good guys didn't finish last.
Somebody broke his heart somewhere along the line.
We're here every weekday morning, so come on, hang out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
You didn't get my text? The whole crew got together for coffee this morning. I'm learning the taste of water, because I'm sugary.
Okay,
Right.
about that?
Well, reward would be
Slimming down. Okay.
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
a little water in my cup.
And beautiful skin. You know, even more beautiful skin, you know, when it's all hydrated and everything else. I'm not going to be able to sit next to you in a few months.
Don't drink your morning coffee alone. Have it with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11alive.
Some mornings, what you want isn't what you have time for. And that's why there's the Rush Blog, the biggest news of the day in 5 minutes or less. Quick and convenient for all those hectic mornings. Catch the Rush Blog on the Morning Rush.
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
Atlanta is filled with great photo spots. And of course, I would know because this is my hometown. I'm 11Alive's Francesca Amaker, and I'm about to show you my picks for the 3 best Instagram spots in Atlanta. The Outkast Mural is one of Atlanta's newest hotspots. Created by the artist Jex, people flock from all over the world just to get a shot of these 2 hip-hop legends. News of the mural went viral when Big Boy himself gave a shout out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little 5 Points. An Atlanta icon, ever-changing, always interesting. The Krog Street Tunnel is full of artwork from some pretty eclectic Atlanta artists.
Yeah, all we feel is good vibe. We vibe with it, it's a good time. We don't worry about the hate, we just pass it to the side.
There's graffiti, community messages, concert announcements. You really never know what you're gonna get here.
11Alive News Primetime on the ATL starts now.
We begin on this Friday night. A former aide to then Mayor Kasim Reed found guilty of violating the Georgia Open Records Act. Jenna Garland criminally charged in 2017 for delaying communications to reporters. Elvin Lopez spoke to our 11Alive legal analyst about the impact of the jury's decision.
And it's something that as journalists we are very familiar with. The Open Records Act generally applies to all government agencies across the nation. The agencies usually have 3 days to respond. In this case, the jury found that didn't happen, as 11Alive legal analyst LaTonya Hines explains.
I think in this case, why the prosecution went forward is because you have text messages and evidence where it shows that this person consciously wanted to avoid complying with the act.
A jury found former press secretary to former Atlanta Mayor Kasim Reed guilty of 2 misdemeanors for purposely telling workers to delay releasing city documents to the media.
She was given a fine of $750 for each one. So it becomes a little bit symbolic more so because a lot of times public officials have an immunity, a governmental immunity for some of the acts that they do. But here she's being held accountable for the act that she did.
Garland's attorney is reportedly planning to appeal. Hines says the verdict sets a change of tone in how public officials will handle open record requests from now on.
Government entities are aware about making sure that they get that open record request that comes through complied with. But now they know that if you frustrate that system at all, you could be prosecuted and convicted.
And Hines also told me that violations of the Open Record Act here in Georgia is up to a $1,000 fine per count. In this case, Garland was fined a total of $1,500.
A company that is tangled with state regulators will suspend part of its operations at a warehouse in Covington. The warehouse is emitting a cancer-causing toxin, according to the state EPD. The 2-week suspension comes as the company and state try to reduce the toxins in the air. Here's 11Alive's Doug Richards.
This is a very alarming situation for deputies as well as sex crime victims that could be connected to these cases. Now, here's a little bit of background. The sheriff's office says right now there are 700 registered sex offenders in Gwinnett County. 121 are behind bars. 535 are living in the community. And right now, about 30 are unaccounted for, although that number has fluctuated throughout the day. Now, here's some of their pictures. Unaccounted for means they either failed to check in at the proper time, or when deputies went to check the address listed on the registry, they did not find the offender living there. Shannon Volkodoff with the sheriff's office says it's because of the due diligence of the deputies that they are aware of the offenders that are currently unaccounted for.
In 2019, so far, they have conducted 2,900 verification checks, which means they are actually out in the community knocking on doors, verifying that these registered sex offenders are living at the addresses they have provided us.
All right, Latasha Givens reporting for us, and if you see any of the people pictured in the story and you know their whereabouts, you're asked to contact the sheriff's office. The number is at the bottom of your screen, will be shortly, and it is 770-619-6808. You can also sign up for Online Offender Watch. It's a free online service provided by the sheriff's office that will let you know if a registered sex offender moves into your neighborhood. We've got a link on 11alive.com. All right, a man accused of trafficking young women in Cobb County and several cities across the country is now under arrest. Ernest Reed was taken into custody this week in Memphis. He will now be brought back to Cobb County to face rape and trafficking charges. A company that has now we're going to move on to the Doug Richards story that we talked about a couple of minutes early, and then we went to Latasha. So now we're going to go to the story about regulators suspending part of their operations at that warehouse in Covington. The warehouse now, you know about this story, emitting a cancer-causing toxin. That's according to the state EPD. So the 2-week suspension now comes as this company and the state try to reduce the toxins in the air. So let's try again here for Doug Richards with our story and the details.
This is a warehouse in Covington that a company called BD uses to store medical supplies that have been sterilized with ethylene oxide. And recent tests here found that the building emits surprisingly large amounts of the carcinogenic chemical compound. BD's own test indicates that the warehouse emits 0.65 pounds of ethylene oxide per hour. Calculated yearly, the emissions come to more than 5,600 pounds of ethylene oxide. This plant and its Covington sterilization plant are within a mile of each other. There's a daycare center right in between. There's a private school about a half-mile south.
When all of our neighbors that are, with the cancer rate being so much higher, there should be proper monitoring systems all around. I feel like it should be heavily monitored.
State regulators are asking BD to do weekly air monitoring at this plant and to come up with a schedule to monitor air at the nearby school as well as in a residential area that's also nearby. BD's plants here in Covington as well as Madison are already operating under a consent order reached after some disagreements in court with state regulators. State officials are telling BD that more court action is possible if they don't straighten out their ethylene oxide issues here in Covington.
So we're counting down the days to Christmas, with this weekend expected to be among the busiest shopping days of the year. And while you're spending your money, others are trying to take it. Ryan Kruger shows us how stores and shoppers are staying safe.
With all of the hype surrounding Black Friday and Cyber Monday, it might shock you to find out most of us just aren't that committed. Nearly 2/3 of Americans don't start their Christmas shopping until this week. And since it's now too late for most online orders, that means the malls and stores will be busy.
And while you should certainly be on guard inside the stores, it's outside, here in the parking lot, where you're most likely to be a victim.
It's going to be mainly in a secluded area. That's why when you park, try to park under lights. The big thing is remember where you parked at. That way you're not walking around trying to find your car with your arms full.
Security expert Rodney Smith teaches classes on personal and professional safety. He says one of the easiest and best ways to protect yourself, carry a flashlight when you're walking back to your car.
You want to have this in your hand walking out, want to be able to blind somebody if you have to.
Meanwhile, back inside the stores, businesses are cracking down.
We're after professional thieves that really victimize retailers this time of year.
This month, more than 24 shoplifters were busted at Perimeter Mall in Dunwoody in just a 2-day span.
What we were after with this operation was really the organized retail criminal, not so much the 15-year-old that's stealing a candy bar, the person that's going to casually shoplift.
All right, let's talk about some politics now. A historic week in Washington is ending in a stalemate. Congress at an impasse over when to hold an impeachment trial for President Trump. And as NBC's Scott McFarland reports, a new voice is now joining the debate.
The tree is up and Congress has departed, but there will be no holiday break from the battle over impeachment. The president tweeted this is an assault on America and an assault on the Republican Party. Meanwhile, a standoff is underway between the House Speaker and Senate Republican leader over when to stage a trial.
We're waiting to see if Nancy Pelosi is going to stop playing hide the ball, which is exactly what she is doing right now.
And whether former and current White House officials should be called as witnesses.
We want it to be fair. So if new witnesses make it ever more fair, including for the president, then we should welcome them.
Joining the debate, an evangelical magazine founded generations ago by the Reverend Billy Graham. The editor of Christianity Today wrote the president should be removed from office.
It's like we're blinking or winking or looking the other way when our president is doing things that are not merely unconstitutional, but blatantly immoral.
The president responded to the magazine in a tweet, writing, Christianity Today is a far-left magazine, or very progressive, as some would call it, which has been doing poorly and hasn't been involved with the Billy Graham family for many years. The editor responded that Christianity Today is not a liberal publication. We also know the likely date for the president's next State of the Union address, February 4th. Potentially in the middle of a Senate impeachment trial. And though that trial will have to wait until the new year, the debate rages on through the holidays.
Georgia U.S. senators and representatives want to redesignate the Jimmy Carter National Historic Site as Jimmy Carter National Historical Park. The legislation would help protect many locations in former President Carter's hometown of Plains, places like his boyhood farm and the high school there, the train depot where he ran his campaign, and of course his current home. It would also protect his and his wife's eventual gravesites. People who wanted to create a city of East Cobb say they are pushing off on the proposal until 2021. The Committee for Cityhood in East Cobb wants to use the extra time to gather support and finalize proposed city borders. They say if East Cobb becomes a city, it would have better police coverage and control over development. Opponents say no one wants this, and the plan has been shrouded in secrecy. There's still a bill that's active until the end of the next legislative session to get this proposal on the 2020 ballot. After that, a new proposal would need to be written. A special election date has now been set for the DeKalb County Sheriff's race. Earlier this month, Melody Maddox was selected to replace retiring Sheriff Jeffrey Mann. Now, voters will have a say in who should hold the position. The special election will line up with presidential primaries on March 24th. We have reached out to see if Sheriff Maddox plans to run. We're waiting to hear back.
Well, things around here are going to be getting wetter as we head into the weekend. So where we had a lot of sunshine today, the rain is going to be moving in. So we'll tell you how this could impact your weekend and your holidays coming up.
After the break, the heartbreaking new developments in the case of a missing Texas woman and her newborn baby.
Everywhere. 5,000 scooters at one time active throughout the city. I enjoy them myself. They're fun. Yeah. There's got to be some regulations.
I just feel like we have to evolve with the times, though. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. It's a new way of transporting. We have to evolve.
I'm going to be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m.
You see them all day, every day. Headlines, stats, and numbers, but without context, they're just clickbait. So let's add some perspective. The 3 most interesting numbers of the day, what they mean, and why they're important. News and numbers on Up Late. What's the best part about
your voice? It is never too loud or too much. Your voice has the power to tell it like it is.
Bringing us together to act.
Together, our voices grow. Together, we come alive, amplifying voices and breaking down barriers to change the story and shape the future. Together, we are unstoppable. Together, we are where Atlanta speaks.
Remember the old days, the old cliffhangers when we used to watch shows?
And cliffhangers.
They would wait the next week. You're, what's going to happen to the $6 million man? He was hanging with his one bionic arm.
Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. Only on 11Alive.
Atlanta. Almost 6 million people call the Metro home. But what makes this place so great? I'm 11Alive's Chesley McNeil. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why Atlanta is the best city in America. Come on, man. It's the heart of the South. And it's one of the most diverse cities around. People from all walks of life have come here and made it home, from different backgrounds, languages.
Tonight, it appears the search for a missing Texas mother has come to an end. Family members say police believe they have found Heidi Broussard's body, but her missing infant daughter may be alive and well. NBC's Chris Pallone has more on a woman who is now in custody, charged with kidnapping and tampering with a corpse.
A break in the disappearance of Texas mother Heidi Broussard and her newborn daughter Margot.
This is still a very active and ongoing investigation.
While police in Austin, Texas won't publicly name the suspect yet, jail records show a woman identified as Megan Fiera Musca is jailed on 2 counts of kidnapping and 1 count of tampering with a corpse. Broussard and her 3-week-old daughter disappeared from Austin late last week. Teams of federal, state, and local investigators descended on the area searching for clues in the mysterious disappearance. At the time, Heidi's distraught parents believe she must have been taken against her will. Heidi Broussard had dropped off her 6-year-old son at school just before she disappeared with her baby.
Something happened. She would not just leave.
Oh, no, she wouldn't do nothing like
her
this.
son, she'd never leave her son.
Overnight, investigators discovered what they believe to be Broussard's body in the trunk of a car parked at a Houston home more than 150 miles away from where she and the baby were last seen.
We had all prayed that we would be able to find Heidi alive. Unfortunately, as the chief expressed, we don't believe that is the case.
The infant, apparently discovered alive and well inside the home, investigators formed a wall as they brought her to an ambulance to be checked out at a nearby hospital. Police say a DNA test will determine whether it is indeed baby Margot, and the medical examiner will conduct an autopsy to confirm whether the body found is Heidi Broussard and to figure out how she died.
A Texas grand jury has indicted a former Texas police officer. He was under investigation after fatally shooting an unarmed woman inside of her home. Former Fort Worth officer Aaron Dean is charged with murder. Police say that Dean killed Tayshiana Jefferson after shooting through her window in October. Jefferson's neighbor called police for a welfare check, but the door was open. Her family says she was playing video games with her 8-year-old nephew when she was shot and she was killed. It's dry right now, but we could be seeing some wet weather over the weekend. 11Alive's Samantha Moore joins us now with the forecast. Hello, Samantha.
And we have so much going on this weekend. I know there's going to be a lot of hustle and bustle. There's going to be a lot of folks trying to enjoy a great holiday weekend or pre-holiday weekend. In fact, the kids out at the folks out, the athletes out there at the Big Air event They were out there tonight, and they'll be out there tomorrow, and I think they'll get the event in. I think tomorrow will be the lighter rain event day. Sunday is going to be the day when we're going to see some very heavy downpours at times. Cold start to this morning. One of our 11Alive storm trackers, Scott Anna, posting this icicle picture this morning where he said they were down to 24 degrees in Union County, and also in Union County, Blairsville, they officially reported 20 degrees this morning. So as we take a look at those temperatures, as we went out the door this morning, it was cold. 20 degrees in Blairsville. We were 28 in Carrollton, 25 in LaGrange, and in Athens, 26 in Peachtree City. So at the airport, 34. It was mild by comparison, but it was a very chilly start with a lot of frost this morning. We ended up getting up to 56 though during the afternoon, which is 3 degrees above average. So we started out a little below. We ended up a little bit above average by the end of the day. Rainfall, we're still watching that deficit. We are just under 7 inches behind for the year, but we will get some much needed rainfall. I know the timing's not the best on this weekend, especially when we have a lot of traveling to do, but there will be some very heavy rain as we get into Sunday and early Monday as well. So our temperatures shaping up like this right now, dropping into the upper 30s in Blairsville, but we're in the mid 40s in Gainesville and Atlanta, upper 40s in Thomaston right now, and we're 45 degrees in Eatonton. So the next 12 hours, fairly mild, not as chilly as this morning because those clouds are moving in and they're going to be insulating us in just a little bit. So we're seeing those temperatures in the low 40s overnight tonight. And the radar is showing some returns well off in the distance as we start to moisten up just a little bit. We have a system that is developing over southeast Texas, and that's going to move into the Gulf and bring us in a lot of moisture over the weekend. So our clouds will increase tonight. We'll see a cloudy and wet weekend, especially Sunday and late Sunday into Monday, and then drier for Christmas and warmer too. So I just have to put up with the clouds that are coming in tonight and into tomorrow. It's going to look gray and overcast at times. There'll be a little drizzle. There'll be some light rain moving in as we head in through the afternoon. But I think we'll be mostly dry on Saturday. It will be the most pleasant day, but we'll be mostly dry. But heading into Sunday is when the heavier rain really starts to move in here, especially during the afternoon and evening and into the overnight. This is 5 p.m. on Sunday, and then that heavy rain moves in overnight, and we may have some flash flooding concerns to be watching as we head into the beginning of next week. So the winds will be picking up too. It'll be blustery at times, and that's going to make it feel colder with those winds up around 20 with some gusts even higher than that as we head into late Sunday and early Monday. So the rainfall amounts, it looks like they're going to be heaviest south of I-20 and north of I-20. We could easily see a ½ inch to 1.5 inches in the mountains. In the north metro, maybe a ½ inch, 1.5 inches to 2.5 inches. And then south of I-20, it looks like where the heaviest rain will be. We may end up seeing 3, 4, even possibly 5 inches here around the Macon area. So we'll be watching the flood conditions. If they do develop, we'll be watching that carefully over the weekend into the beginning of next week. So light showers on our Saturday, a 30% chance, just a little bit of off and on light shower activity. But Sunday looks wetter, especially later in the afternoon and evening, 80% chance, heavy rain at times. It starts to taper off on Monday. By Tuesday, we're drier and warmer, and that continues into Christmas. So Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, we'll be drying it out, and it looks like we'll be staying dry through most of the end of the week.
Thank you, Samantha. We have heard of creatures turning up in Christmas trees before, but one Noonan family was startled to find a live owl roosting in their Christmas tree. Their 10-year-old jumped. She thought it was an ornament, and then the ornament turned its head to look at her. Caitlin Ross spoke with the tech who delivered the owl back to its natural habitat.
It really didn't faze me until she said, this is not a prank. So I thought, well, this is interesting.
Wildlife tech Dawn Elderman doesn't typically make house calls, but this she had to see.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine seeing an ornament turn and look at you, and, you know, how spooky that might feel.
The Newman family dubbed it Owlgate on Facebook and posted pictures and videos of the little owl that made a home in their Christmas tree. In one post, they say, who needs a star when you have an owl atop your tree? But the family called the Chattahoochee Nature Center when their decoration didn't leave.
She had done all the right things. The family had left all of the windows and doors open, which is what you want to do to try and get that guy out of there. Since we don't know if it came with the Christmas tree, we don't know if it flew in.
So Elderman drove over to Noonan with a Christmas feast she hoped would lure the owl outside.
I brought 2 dead mice in case it needed, well, that's what it would eat, yeah.
She says the Newman family helped make sure the owl had everything it needed to feel safe.
And they were thrilled. They were super interested in the process and what I was doing, and they were involved and very helpful.
They were so into it, they started a fundraiser for the Chattahoochee Nature Center.
You know, the animals don't pay rent, so it's always great to have donations, and they really tried hard to help us.
Elderman identified the bird as an eastern screech owl. She showed me one just like it at the Nature Center. They are native to this area, and the family's yard will be a perfect habitat for the owl that was in their tree.
It's perfect for a screech owl, and it's pretty isolated, which is also good.
They were able to self-release the owl when it got dark Saturday night, though the family swears they can still hear it hooting in the distance.
I think they named it Santa Claus.
Rapper Ludacris surprises some special fans at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. I'll tell you which other artists were also there. That's in the A Scene.
So let's add some perspective. The 3 most interesting numbers of the day, what they mean, and why they're important. News and numbers on Up Late.
What's the best part about
Your voice, it is never too loud or too much. Your voice has the power to tell it like it is.
Bringing us together to act.
Together our voices grow. Together we come alive, amplifying voices and breaking down barriers to change the story and shape the future. Together we are unstoppable. Together we are where Atlanta speaks.
Remember the old days, the old cliffhangers when we used to watch shows? And they
cliffhangers.
would, you know, they would wait the next week. You're, oh, what's going to happen to the $6 million man? He was hanging with his one bionic arm.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. Only on 11Alive.
Atlanta. Almost 6 million people call the Metro home. But what makes this place so great? I'm 11Alive's Chesley McNeil. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why Atlanta is the best city in America. Come on, man. It's the heart of the South. And it's one of the most diverse cities around. People from all walks of life have come here and made it home. From different backgrounds, languages, and religions. And who can forget about the food? They all make this a cultural melting pot, full of great people and Southern hospitality. Atlanta's rich history is unmatched, known as the cradle of the civil rights movement for good reason. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Andrew Young, John Lewis, they all fought in the struggle for equal rights right here. Businesses on Sweet Auburn Avenue, local black churches, and college students from Atlanta all helped shape the future of America. Once an Olympic city, Atlanta's home to the best sports scene across the nation. Hey look, the South has something to say. You won't find more passionate fans anywhere. From the Atlanta Braves home run king, my man Hank Aaron, to the human highlight film Hawks Dominique Wilkins, some of the greatest athletes have come through Atlanta. We're talking the Falcons, the Braves, the Hawks, the MLS champs, Atlanta United. This city has something for every kind of sports fan. So what do you think? Is Atlanta the best city in America? Connect with us. Use Facebook or Instagram and tell us why this city's got it going on. And then watch us every weekday morning from 5 to 7 on the Morning Rush on 11Alive.
Televised newscast not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live.
It is time for Friday's edition of the A Scene, your one-stop shop for all your entertainment news here in Georgia. It is almost time for productions to take a holiday hiatus, but producers are holding one more casting today for the Aretha Franklin biopic, Respect. Marinella Hume Casting is looking for men and women of all ethnic backgrounds for a concert scene. That fitting is today, but the filming won't happen until January 8th. You've got to be at least 18 years old, and you'll get $88 for the 8-hour day. We have all the details on 11alive.com/theascene. All right, taking some time to spread holiday cheer before a big performance tonight. The boy band Why Don't We stopped by Children's Hospital of Atlanta yesterday, bringing a little piece of the Jingle Ball to patients. The group held a mini concert for people there. They will perform tonight at iHeartRadio's Jingle Ball concert at State Farm Arena. Also spreading some holiday magic, Santa Claus, of course, and then rapper Ludacris. He spent the afternoon also visiting patients yesterday and making an impact off the court. Before last night's game against the Utah Jazz, Hawks player Trae Young took time to sign autographs and take photos with his fans. The star commenting on the moment, saying, not feeling good about the game tonight, but looking at this again, realizing at the end of the day, if we don't use our platforms in a positive way, then what are we doing? It's bigger than basketball. The fans obviously love Ice Tray. Now for more of the A Scene, make sure you visit our website, 11alive.com/the A Scene. Follow us on social media. Let us know who you see around town. Use that hashtag, the A Scene.
Coming up next, a murder conviction overturned after a judge makes herself the 13th juror, reversing the conviction and then retiring. The DA now pushing to change the law to check the judge's power.
There is always something filming here in Atlanta, from movies to TV shows, you name it. And so the A Scene keeps up with all of it for you. Casting calls, which big celebrities are in town, what's filming, and if it's in your neighborhood. It's like an inside scoop.
Oh, nice. But you know, I really wish you would have told us we were filming this today.
Ooh, did I not text you? All right. Ah, it's in my drafts. That's my bad.
So you slept in and you missed Morning Rush, huh? Well, here's what you missed. In my experience, good guys do finish last.
I consider myself a nice guy. I've got the most beautiful woman in the world in my eyes.
You're a nice guy too,
Yeah.
Chester.
I'm saying in my experience, when growing up, good guys didn't finish last.
Somebody broke his heart somewhere along the line.
We're here every weekday morning, so come on, hang out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
You didn't get my text? The whole crew got together for coffee this morning. I'm learning the taste of water, because I'm sugary.
Okay,
Right.
about that?
Reward would be
Slimming down. Okay.
Yes,
yeah,
okay.
a little water in my
yes.
cup.
And beautiful skin. You know, even more beautiful skin, you know, when it's all hydrated and everything else. I'm not gonna be able to sit next to you in a few months.
Don't drink your morning coffee alone. Have it with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11Alive.
Some mornings what you want isn't what you have time for. And that's why there's the Rush Blog, the biggest news of the day in 5 minutes or less. Quick and convenient for all those hectic mornings. Catch the Rush Blog on the Morning Rush.
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
Atlanta is filled with great photo spots. And of course, I would know because this is my hometown. I'm 11Alive's Francesca Amaker, and I'm about to show you my picks for the 3 best Instagram spots in Atlanta. The Outkast Mural is one of Atlanta's newest hotspots. Created by the artist Jex, people flock from all over the world just to get a shot of these 2 hip-hop legends. News of the mural went viral when Big Boy himself gave a shout out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little 5 Points. An Atlanta icon, ever-changing, always interesting. The Krog Street Tunnel is full of artwork from some pretty eclectic Atlanta artists.
Yeah, all we feel is good vibes. We vibe with it, it's a good time. We don't worry about the hate, we just pass it to the side.
There's graffiti, community messages, concert announcements. You really never know what you're gonna get here, and that's what makes it so special. You can find it between Cabbagetown and Inman Park. If you've never checked it out, it's a must-see.
Georgia district attorneys want the governor's help to change a law they believe that gives unchecked power to state judges. The request comes after our Reveal investigators exposed judges reversing jury convictions by naming themselves as the 13th juror. Oftentimes, they immediately retired thereafter. A murder case in Fulton County illustrates the concerns over this, and there are many. Here is investigator Andy Perotti.
It started with a game of chance with no luck of ending well for nearly every player involved.
It was a game of dice that erupted into gunfire. 4 men shot. They fled from Bell Street to Auburn Avenue when police found 3 of them bleeding, another dying.
thousands of dollars were at stake. Two men branded guns after one accused the other of cheating on a hot summer morning in June 2014. Dexter Beard, shot 4 times, survived. Suleiman Balai, hit 5 times by bullets, did not. 6 months later, a Fulton County grand jury indicted Beard for Balai's murder. A trial convened a few months later. District Attorney Paul Howard.
The witnesses came in. They positively identified the defendant. The jurors heard it, and they convicted him.
Judge Doris Downs sentenced Beard to life in prison. But then, 3 years later, something extraordinary happens. The judge took another look at the case after Beard filed an appeal and determined the case was riddled with conflicting evidence and credibility concerns because many of the witnesses were drinking.
The jurors were all aware of that. And those facts that the judge pointed out, it does not mean that people are not credible.
They take the meds.
That didn't matter to Judge Downs. In October last year, she determined the original jurors got it wrong, named herself the 13th juror, and ordered Beard a new trial, reversing his conviction. She then immediately retired from the bench.
I guess I'm wondering if what you're doing is wholesome. Why are you waiting until the last hour of your service to the bench?
Judge Downs declined a recorded interview, but over the phone says her retirement was not sudden, rather planned a year in advance. She blames the delays on obtaining court transcripts and a heavy caseload. Howard appealed Judge Downs' decision to Georgia's Supreme Court.
But the Supreme Court justices affirmed the lower court's ruling, allowing Beard's new trial to continue. In fact, every 13th juror case appeared before Georgia's highest court has been approved to move forward, essentially giving judges across the state a green light to reverse convictions each time they think the jury gets it wrong.
This past November, Howard sent this letter to Governor Brian Kemp asking for his help to amend the 13th juror statute, writing he and other district attorneys are concerned the law can single-handedly undo all the hard work of a criminal jury.
That's not what the founders of our Constitution intended, and I just don't think they ever intended for a judge to simply undo the work of a jury.
Dexter Beard remains in prison pending his new trial. We attempted to reach out to him and his public defender, but did not get a response. The DA would like to see the law changed to prevent judges from naming themselves the 13th juror and then immediately retiring, as well as notifying prosecutors ahead of time. The governor's office says it received the DA's letter and requests for legislative change, but declined to comment.
A pair of studies from the CDC now shedding more light on lung injuries linked to e-cigarettes. In the first study, researchers found vaping-related ER visits gradually increased beginning in 2017 and then spiking this past June. A second study, researchers found the vitamin E was detected in nearly all patients with vape-related illnesses. There are now over 2,500 confirmed cases of people getting ill from vaping. 54 people have died. We've reported a lot about safety issues with scooters that have taken over Atlanta over the past year and a half or so. In August, Atlanta's mayor issued a nighttime curfew as a solution to prevent accidents. But Bird Scooter also wants to point out some positive scooter stats as the year comes to an end. According to the company, people took more than 2.6 million rides on its scooters in Atlanta this year. 27% of riders say the scooter replaced a car trip. 31% say it helped connect them to public transit. 50% say they took the scooter to school or to work. His determination is unmatched. Yesterday, South Fulton celebrated Christian Abercrombie Day. The Tennessee State football player suffered a severe brain injury that nearly killed him during a game against Vanderbilt last year, but he has made some big strides since then. Last night, they saluted him at Westlake High School, his alma mater.
I feel great. I can't do it. Thank God. I feel amazing. Thank everybody for coming out, all my friends, family, everybody. I just thank everybody for the support and prayers.
On May 12th,
Mr. Abercrombie says that he is taking some online classes at TSU right now, majoring in sports management. Wants to return to campus. He says, hey, who knows, maybe I'll play football again. For right now, though, he says he's taking it day by day. Enrollment at colleges declining. Experts predict it's only going to get worse. According to Forbes, college enrollment decreased by 1% to 3% this fall. That may not seem alike, but that amounts to quite a few, 230,000 fewer students than last year. Public four-year schools had about 97,000 fewer students enrolled. The report also found more students are opting out of specific majors. English and humanities departments facing a combined 12% major decrease. Experts attribute the drop in enrollment to the ongoing student debt crisis. If you're a parent, you know all about that. You know the agony of paying off those long-term loans. They are miserable. According to CNBC, the average cost of a four-year public school increased by 35%. 35% over the last 10 years. That's a lot. Outside of impeachment, a smaller field of candidates on stage for the last Democratic presidential debate of 2019. 3 hours with 7 candidates. Man, that's a long time. Our Verify team has been breaking down the claims. Here's Jason Puckett.
With 7 candidates now, a bit of a different field. Candidates had more time to explain their views and answers rather than cramming short sound bites in whenever possible. As usual, we have a lot of the claims broken down online. But for now, we're focusing on claims from the top 2 candidates in the polls. That's Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders.
Is any wonder that if you look at the international polling that's been done, that the Chinese leader is rated above the American president?
This claim is verified true, but it's important to note this is all done off of polling. So it might be more accurate to say that Chinese leader Xi Jinping polled higher in a Pew Research poll than Donald Trump. It was this poll, polling answers from people in 25 countries for their confidence in various world leaders to, quote, do the right thing regarding world affairs.
Today in America, we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any major country on earth.
Senator Sanders' claim is exaggerated here. It's sort of a definition argument here. Namely, what we define as poverty in the United States may be much different than what would be considered poverty in other countries. In a 2018 report, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development listed the United States as having an above average level of child poverty, but it wasn't among the 42 nations listed as having the highest levels. Bottom line, depending on how you define major countries, we do have above average levels of poverty, but there are dozens of countries that have worse conditions. We have a write-up of more of these online, and if you see any claims you want us to look at, send us an email.
The holiday spirits in Newnan this week, days before Christmas. Employees at a car dealership stepped up in a very big way for a customer. 11Alive's Shanu Her shows us what the gift was that one customer is feeling awfully good about.
Yeah, this all happened yesterday at the Ford dealership. A customer brought her car in and got an unexpected bill, but what happens next, she says, was even more unexpected.
Thought I was fixing a small problem.
It just was not what Rachel Tucker wanted to hear when she brought her car to the Mike Fitzpatrick Ford dealership Thursday in Newnan.
When they told me what it would cost to get it fixed, I couldn't afford to get it fixed, so I was going to have to leave it here.
She walked out of the dealership crying, not sure where she would come up with the $800, but by chance,
I had got back from lunch and I had saw this customer who had walked out in tears.
She crossed paths with Sarah Najor, an employee.
There was nothing that they could do. I felt compelled, like I had to help her, and I wanted her to know that there were still good people in this world.
With the urge to help,
So this is the actual post.
Najor asked her friends online for help, and it didn't take long before they all pitched in to raise all of the money to help Tucker.
Are you? I don't know nobody here, so it was just nobody but God. It was a blessing, and I really do appreciate that.
Amazing. I knew God put me there for a reason.
It was a gift
You have a Merry Christmas.
they both feel was needed most this holiday, showing kindness and lending a hand to others.
Now, Najor says they were able to use an employee's discount to help Tucker out a little bit more. They ended up with extra money, and they gifted that to Tucker for Christmas.
Well, tomorrow, winter officially begins. Winter 2019. It is the winter solstice tomorrow, and it looks like our pattern is going to be getting cooler and windier and rainier over the course of the weekend, so we'll time it out for you coming up.
Coming up in sports, the Dogs approaching a tough part of their schedule. So did they prove that they're a pretty good team in double overtime tonight? We'll talk about that coming up.
5,000 scooters at one time active throughout the city. I enjoy them myself. They're fun. There's got to be some regulations.
I just feel like we have to evolve with the times, though. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. It's a new way of transporting. We have to evolve.
I'm going to be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m.
You see them all day, every day. Headlines, stats, and numbers, but without context, they're just clickbait. So let's add some perspective. The 3 most interesting numbers of the day, what they mean, and why they're important. News and numbers on Up Late.
What's the best part about your voice? It is never too loud or too much. Your voice has the power to tell it like it is.
Bringing us together to act.
Together, our voices grow. Together, we come alive, amplifying voices and breaking down barriers to change the story and shape the future. Together, we are unstoppable. Together, we are where Atlanta speaks.
Remember the old days, the old cliffhangers when we used to watch shows?
Hey,
and
cliffhangers.
They would, they would wait the next week. You're, oh, what's going to happen to the $6 million man? He was hanging with his one bionic arm.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. only on 11Alive.
Atlanta. Almost 6 million people call the Metro home. But what makes this place so great? I'm 11Alive's Chesley McNeil. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why Atlanta is the best city in America. Come on, man. It's the heart of the South. And it's one of the most diverse cities around. People from all walks of life have come here and made it home. From different backgrounds, languages, and religions. And who can forget about the food? They all make this a cultural melting pot, full of great people and Southern hospitality. Atlanta's rich history is unmatched, known as the cradle of the civil rights movement for good reason. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Andrew Young, John Lewis, they all fought in the struggle for equal rights right here. Businesses on Sweet Auburn Avenue, local black churches, and college students from Atlanta all helped shape the future of America. Once an Olympic city, Atlanta's home to the best sports scene across the nation. Hey look, the South has something to say. You won't find more passionate fans anywhere. From the Atlanta Braves home run king, my man Hank Aaron, to the human highlight film Hawks Dominique Wilkins, some of the greatest athletes have come through Atlanta. We're talking the Falcons, the Braves, the Hawks, the MLS champs, Atlanta United. This city has something for every kind of sports fan. So what do you think? Is Atlanta the best city in America? Connect with us. Use Facebook or Instagram and tell us why this city's got it going on. And then watch us every weekday morning from 5 to 7 on the Morning Rush on 11Alive.
Televised newscast not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Babe, where are my keys?
Where's my lunch?
Where's my phone? Hey, where's my blue shirt?
Where's my pen? Have you seen it?
Everybody has learned how to drive, so I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It didn't last long. Crank up your morning rush with Crash Clark. Weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive.
It certainly is a troubling issue all around the country. You pick a big city and you're going to pick a city that's got a problem with homelessness. And we certainly have that here in Atlanta, where homelessness is now outpacing the number of beds that are available. For a long time, Atlanta's largest provider of services saw people trickle out of the shelter system. But there has been a shift. As Sheba Russell explains, more people are finding their way back on their feet thanks to one man's help.
Morning, men. How's everybody this morning?
Every Tuesday, Jim Reese leads Bible study, breathing hope into countless men facing homelessness.
I don't think I could do my job without these Bible studies.
His job for 11 years now? President and CEO of Atlanta Mission. The faith-based nonprofit is the city's oldest and largest homeless services provider. Nearly 7,000 men, women, and children served last year alone.
They give me hope, and then I hope we give them hope.
Jim calls it God's assignment, leaving the corporate world during the recession and saying yes to lead the inner city ministry. Using his 35 years of experience, he's managed to craft a blueprint for permanent change.
Amen.
We've built a whole model that deals with individualized services, focuses on 5 areas: How are they doing physically? How are they doing emotionally? How are they doing spiritually? How are they doing socially? And how are they doing vocationally?
Atlanta Mission's transformation model, walking each person experiencing homelessness through 4 steps. The goal, to grow spiritually, find employment, become rooted in the community, reconnect with family members, and so much more. Jim has already seen a dramatic difference.
And I say, what am I most proud of? If it's the chance to look to see the number of people who come out of a traditional shelter before I came was less than 1%. We're seeing 20 to 30 to 40% of the people come out of our shelter, choose help, and make progress.
He and his team spending the last 4 years strategically rolling out these customized services at all 4 of its facilities.
Anybody here tried to pull their bootstraps up and make it? How many times you pull them up, right?
He's excited for the future and how the transformation model will be executed in a soon-to-be-built homeless shelter for women and children. The first specially designed for this model.
I'm proud that we're building a shelter in the middle of one of the fastest growing areas in Atlanta. And we're not saying no, we're saying yes. And we're saying yes because these people matter, and we love them, and we care about them, and we're going to provide hope.
11Alive is proud to partner with the Atlanta Mission to make a difference in the lives of women and children facing homelessness in Atlanta by providing a donation. This holiday season, you'll help build a shelter. We've been talking about this, and you can automatically be entered in the sweepstakes. One lucky grand prize winner will receive a home in the Brock-built West Highlands neighborhood valued at $400,000. How sweet is that? You can head over to atlantamission.org sweepstakes and then donate for your opportunity to win. The sweepstakes, by the way, are ending very quickly, January 3rd.
Well, we ended the work week looking really good as we head to this big holiday weekend and into next week. We're going to see some changes between now and Christmas, that's for sure. Looking out over Blue Ridge, they have their Christmas lights up. It is a really nice night. They'll be getting progressively rainier and windier over the course of the weekend. And one of our 11Alive storm trackers was out at the magical Night of Lights at Lake Lanier tonight, taking this picture. You can see the lights in the foreground, the beautiful lake, and all those cirrus clouds that are telling us something. They're telling us that change is in the air, and it is inevitable as we head into this weekend. So let's take a look at those temperatures right now. Not bad out at Lanier right now, right around 44 degrees, and we're looking at around 41 in Covington, 41 in LaGrange, and in Dalton, a little chillier in those locations. So it's definitely on the cool side, but I don't think we'll be as cold as we were last night. Last night we were down in the upper 20s in the suburbs, near freezing midtown, and we were at 34 degrees at the airport. But tonight we should be right around 40 degrees for a low temperature, in the low 40s for much of the night as those clouds are rolling in, those cirrus clouds that you saw in the sunset picture. They're going to be thickening up overnight, and then we'll have that rain starting tomorrow. Chance for light showers. Tomorrow will not be a washout. Tomorrow will just be nuisance showers here and there that are going to moisten the road, make it a little slick in some spots. So take it easy out there. Traffic has been crazy as we are well into the holiday season now. But we have the clouds rolling in. The showers will start to kind of pop up here, very light. Yeah, there's some just east of Montgomery and around the Columbus area. We'll be watching for those to slowly make their way to the northeast. And as we head into tonight, those clouds will thicken up. It'll be cloudy, kind of gray, and we'll have the showers tomorrow and then much wetter on Sunday. And then we have a little dry period to look forward to for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So here's the timing of it all. We'll end up seeing this area of low pressure develop southeast Texas and then moving across the Gulf Coast here. It's a little abrupt looking there, but as it moves to the east, it's going to pump moisture in here over a wedge pattern that is set up. So there's your wedge and there's your moisture, and that is going to equal some windy, wet weather for us. So those winds really picking up as we head into Sunday. In the morning, we'll have gusts up around 15, but during the afternoon and evening, the winds are really going to be gusting. So we may have to really watch for some limbs coming down with those winds maybe up around 36 miles per hour in LaGrange late on Sunday, as that very heavy rain will be coming down. And the rain will be heaviest here on the south side, south of I-20. We could see rainfall amounts easily, some 2 to 4 inches with some amounts in middle Georgia, even getting up close to 5 inches. So a chance for light showers off and on tomorrow, then heavy rain at times on Sunday. That happens to be the first day of Hanukkah, and rain could be heavy at times, 80% chance of that. Showers on Monday, 50% chance, and then we dried out Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and temperatures warm into the mid-60s.
All right, we look forward to those 10s. Thank you, Samantha. College basketball ramping back up. The Dogs have one of the top offenses in the country, and they got the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. Georgia has a couple of games left before they play 3 ranked teams in a row, Memphis, Kentucky, and Auburn. So they need to get in a good rhythm right now. They want to make sure they are set and ready to go by the time they run into the big boys. The Dogs hosting SMU for the first time ever. Back and forth it would go. Final seconds, SMU going for the win. Edwards the block, and this one would go into overtime, tied at 68. First OT, Georgia down with 30 seconds to go. The kick out to Tyree Crump. That's a big-time 3. Next possession, the freshman, Severe Wheeler. Breakout game for him. Ties it with the layup. Now going to double overtime. Final ticks, UGA with the ball tied at 85. Wheeler again splits the defense. Game over. Win for Georgia. They beat the Mustangs 87-85. Exciting. And they have yet to lose a game at home this season. The Visa Big Air kicked off tonight at SunTrust Park. This is the view from the top of the 15-story structure that starts near the 400-foot mark in center field. No thanks. That's too high. I want nothing to do with that. Took 2 weeks to build the 900,000-pound structure. It's a 2-day event. The World Cup in Big Air snowboarding was tonight. The World Cup for Big Air skiing is tomorrow, and these are new events in the upcoming Olympics. So to learn more about the event, what the athletes think of the ramp, Maria Martin spoke with the 2-time Olympian Maggie Voisin.
It's insane just to be able to bring what we do to, to a stadium, or, not only that, but to a city. And I mean, it's really cool that we're able to just show people what we do and bring what we do wherever we go. Big Air is intense. It's one jump, and it's one jump to put down your best trick, and it's a lot of pressure, and especially being in a stadium, it's a whole nother feel. You're not on a slope. You've got a lot of other people around you, and just a lot going on, but it's super fun, and everyone should be super excited.
Let me say that again. That's way too scary. That is too high. As for the actual event, starting with Kyle Mack, an Olympic silver medalist who didn't win but had an awesome run early on. Catered to the Braves faithful by wearing a jersey today. For the women, Japan's athlete Iwa Buchi took home first place after scoring a big 89.50 on her opening jump. For the guys, the #1 ranked snowboarder in the world is USA's Chris Corning. Landed a quad 1800 for the first time ever, snagging first easily. It's never been done on this type of stage before. He is your champion. Well, Junior Johnson died today at the age of 88. What can you say about Junior Johnson? I mean, what an incredible life. NASCAR said his health had been declining, but when you think about this sport, you think about the South, you think of Junior Johnson, began as a moonshiner. I always think about him the way that you think about Babe Ruth, and that is, you really have a hard time differentiating fact from fiction. His legacy, his myth is so tall, and what he accomplished is so tall as well. Extraordinary driver, extraordinary team owner, influence, along with Richard Petty, one of the great icons of the American South. My goodness, it is hard to imagine NASCAR without Junior Johnson, or for that matter, the South without Junior Johnson. Man, what a star he has been. What an influence. All right, we'll take a break. We're back right after this.
Chinese food, and of course you wind up eating tons of that, and then on Monday you're like, well, I got leftovers, I can't let it go to waste.
Auntie wants to give you a plate to take home from the barbecue.
Auntie!
Auntie, don't invite me to the barbecue.
I'm gonna be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. only on 11Alive.
The 11Alive app is your go-to source for all things Atlanta.
You hear what happened today? I'll tell you all about it.
Breaking news the moment it happens.
The boil water advisory.
Hyper-local, accurate weather alert.
You may want to grab that sweater, maybe even a coat.
More stories to uncover. More videos to discover.
He did it his way.
Personalized for you.
And that's what makes it so special.
The 11Alive app. Available now in the App Store.
Hey, I got the ways to go. I got moves to make, homie, but I stay in the flow. See, I just do what I say I'm gonna do. No, my movement ain't fading. You could assume it.
Oh, and so I was saying, there is always something filming here in Atlanta. From movies to TV shows, you name it. And so the A Scene keeps up with all of it for you. Casting calls, which big celebrities are in town, what's filming, and if it's in your neighborhood. It's like an inside scoop.
Oh, nice. But I really wish you would have told us we were filming this. Today,
Did I not text you? All right. Ah, it's in my drafts. That's my bad.
So you slept in and you missed Morning Rush, huh? Well, here's what you missed. In my experience, good guys do finish last.
I consider myself a nice guy. I've got the most beautiful woman in the world in my eyes.
You're a nice guy too,
Yeah.
Jess.
I'm saying in my experience, when growing up, good guys didn't finish last.
Somebody broke his heart somewhere along the line.
We're here every weekday morning, so come on, hang out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
You didn't get my text? The whole crew got together for coffee this morning. I'm learning the taste of water, because I'm sugary. Right.
about that?
Reward would be
Slimming down. Okay.
Yes.
Right,
Okay.
yeah, a little water in my cup.
And beautiful skin. You know, even more beautiful skin, you know, when it's all hydrated and everything else. I'm not gonna be able to sit next to you in a few months.
Don't drink your morning coffee alone. Have it with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m., only on 11Alive.
Some mornings.
Well, we're looking at a changing weather pattern here. Light showers, nuisance mainly tomorrow. Then the winds pick up and the rain comes down, especially in the afternoon and evening on Sunday and overnight into early Monday. And then we dry it out for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Hey, we're going over to 11Alive in just a moment. We hope to see you there.
Days, 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive. Traffic brought to you by John Foy & Associates.
Atlanta is filled with great photo spots. And of course, I would know because this is my hometown. I'm 11Alive's Francesca Amaker, and I'm about to show you my picks for the 3 best Instagram spots in Atlanta. The Outkast Mural is one of Atlanta's newest hotspots. Created by the artist Jex, people flock from all over the world just to get a shot of these 2 hip-hop legends. News of the mural went viral when Big Boy himself gave a shout out on Instagram. You can find it tucked away in a back parking lot in Little Five Points. An Atlanta icon, ever-changing, always interesting. The Krog Street Tunnel is full of artwork from some pretty eclectic Atlanta artists.
Yeah, all we feel is good vibe with it. It's a good time. We don't worry about the hate. We just pass it to the side.
There's graffiti, community messages, concert announcements. You really never know what you're gonna get here, and that's what makes it so special. You can find it between Cabbagetown and Inman Park. If you've never checked it out, it's a must-see. There are hundreds of works of art along the Beltline. I'm talking murals, sculptures, photography. This beautiful mural was created by the artist Hints. It's 100 feet long, and even though it was created in 2014, it still remains very popular to musicians and photographers alike. You can find it on the East Side Trail under Virginia Avenue. So let me know what you think. It doesn't have to be street art. Maybe your favorite spot is down the street from your home or a great view. Connect with me on Facebook and Instagram and share your favorite Instagram spots in Atlanta. And come hang out with me on Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on 11Alive.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
It looks like fun.
They are fun.
And they're
convenient. But they're being dumped everywhere.
5,000 scooters at one time active throughout the city. I enjoy them myself. They're fun. There's got to be some regulations.
I just feel like we have to evolve with the times, though. They're not going anywhere. They shouldn't go anywhere. It's a new way of transporting. We have to evolve.
I'm going to be looking for you next time, so use the hashtag and let us know you're hanging out with us. Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m.
You see them all day, every day. Headlines, stats, and numbers, but without context, they're just clickbait. So let's add some perspective. The 3 most interesting numbers of the day, what they mean, and why they're important. News and numbers on Up Late.
What's the best part about
Your voice, it is never too loud or too much. Your voice has the power to tell it like it is.